Tonight we join our intrepid adventurers on a wonderful adventure where they adventure into more adventures. Yeah, that'll work. Hi, guys.
Ooh.
And we're recording. Please mind your language. We are live on Channel 4.
Noted.
So just as a bit of a recap or more to kind of set the scene from where we last left off, because it's been a couple of weeks. So you have all made your way to a place called Vershan. It is, for lack of a better term, a very small village. I say that simply because there are no buildings to differentiate houses, shops, other kind of buildings of commerce and things like that. It looks more like a rabble of people that have gotten together. And they have set up tents, they've got makeshift huts, they've got caravans there. And there are a good couple of hundred people there. So it's big enough to be a village, but it's just very all kind of put together willy-nilly, as it were. It's in the middle of a forest. So literally it's been built within the confines of this forest. A small part of it has been cut out to make room for the village, but otherwise you are literally right in the middle of nature. And the people there are all very kind of salt of the earth. They don't have anything luxurious or expensive to their name. They're wearing all very drab, very kind of neutral colors, look to be very much people that work with their hands, woodcutters, people that make things from scratch. And they all look fairly dour. They don't look miserable, but they just have a very blank, plain expression on their face. Very pale of complexion, and as you walked through the center of this village, they did stare, but not in an accusatory way. They almost looked like they were half asleep as they watched you go through. It's only when you made your way towards this central tent that they started to take note, and although you were kind of accosted for a second, the person within the tent came out and invited you in. This is a lady called Wanda. She is an older lady. She is fairly short, squat, kind of a hunch in the shoulders. And she seems to be, despite outward appearances, very spry for her age. She has been talking to you for quite some time. She kind of has an understanding on what your mission is and what you're doing and why you're here. And for all intents and purposes, she seems to want to assist you. We left off at the point where a raven that was in her room, that was resting on the back of a chair, jumped off and transformed into a person. And in doing so, they had basically told you about this third item that may help you with, should Ashtarak be resurrected, with assisting you with defeating him. And more or less, that's where we left off from what I remember. I will now share what I have for you. This is basically the town, whenever it pops up for you guys on your end. And the central red tent at the bottom of the screen is where you are at the moment.
Exactly how I pictured it. Very sexy.
So basically, you are still in conversation with her about what to do, how to go about doing it. So it's really down to you to ask any questions that you have, and we can lead off from there.
I can't remember what happened last.
Are we going up to, the pompous one that left me? Was it Gregory? No, that's a different person. Sorry.
Gregory.
It was, so you had three of them there.
Yeah, you had
Gregory was one. Yeah, Gregory was one of them.
The old lady and the other one.
Yeah, so there was Gregory, there was Tamelda, who was like a half-orc, and then there was another fellow whose name you haven't yet uncovered.
The Weasley
I'll probably go up and says, if you go do the werewolf job, we'll go do the other one.
If I remember correctly, that was where we left it off, wasn't it? You go and fight the werewolves and we'll go and do whatever. And this crow fella was going to lead the way and sort of show us where we were going.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
I'm a little bit lost, to be fair. So I'm just going to follow on until I realise what's happening. So
It's essentially not too far wrong. So Wanda has been basically asking you some questions and has uncovered that you are on your way to try and stop Ashtarak. She has detected a magical aura emanating from the 2 items you've collected thus far, which is what prompted her to have this conversation. And so she's basically alerted all of you to the fact that she can help point you in the direction of where this 3rd item is. Yeah, there are werewolves about, which was one of the reasons that I think you originally turned up to the town. But this revelation from her has kind of made you change tact a little bit. So it's now a case of if you want Gregory and the other 2 to stick behind, you're all kind of sitting around the fire in the middle of this tent as well. It's a very large tent, much larger on the inside than it looks outside, very spacious. So you're all kind of camped outside a small fire kindling in the middle of the tent. And Gregory will just kind of say, oh, well, I suppose we could hold down the fort for you fellows and catch up and resume whenever you've done what it is you need to do. Certainly, I wouldn't mind taking care of business.
I think that's a fine idea, Git.
You're welcome, chum.
He was a Git, wasn't he? Because I met the twat and it was the shit. I remember his family members.
Yeah, he's truly a Git.
He was a Git and his brother was a shit and his dad was a twat. I remember.
Exactly. So Wanda will now kind of turn to you all and say, my companion is very familiar with where this 3rd item is situated. However, I feel that a little bit more forewarning should be given before you jump into this. Tell me, have any of you heard of or even been into the Feywild?
No.
No. The Feywild is in the Night Fae? Like elves, not elves, fairies and stuff.
Well, you're not too far wrong there, my friends. You see, if you imagine that where we are, the material plane, as it's sometimes known, it sits in the middle of what is a varied and expansive universe. Parallel to our world are 2 others, one of which is the Feywild, which is where elves and other creatures and beings emanated from. There are many that have crossed over here over the years, and some have stayed put. But likewise, there are some who have come from here that have gone into the Feywild. It's an unusual place, to say the least. What is up is down, and down is up. You may enter the Feywild for what seems like an hour, and a year may pass here. But likewise, a second may pass. The weather is always tumultuous and unpredictable, and what you see there is very different from what you would experience here. I'm sure you've seen a fair few things in your travels, but trust me when I say that the Feywild really does add a new dimension to things. Now, the item that you have yet to find is a bow. It's a bow crafted with the same purpose as the amulet and the sword that you have, but it has fallen into the possession of elves. The elf in question, I will leave to my colleague to explain a little bit more about for if you do decide to enter the Feywild, because she is complex. And she is in possession of this item, and there are many ways you may be able to get it from her, but there is no right or wrong way. So if you do want to undertake this task, I promise it won't be easy, but not in the same way that you've probably experienced in getting those other 2 items.
Well, won't be easy as our middle name.
Yeah, but going into a different realm, a different plane of existence, that has me shivering, I'll be honest.
It's
Got
no
me
different to drinking that homebrew stuff that you used to make, Brodie.
Well, that's an interesting perspective, really. Yes, I suppose it was another plane of existence when I drank that drink, but this, I don't know, this thing with the Fae and the elves, and what if we get stuck there? Then we can't get back. You know, home as we know it is gone, and we'll be stuck in this world, which could be terrible, full of terror, upside down, and all that jazz.
I gotta be honest with you. It's being stuck in the fade is probably better than being married to my wife. So I'm in for $1, in for a penny, in for a pound.
That's all right for you to say. What about us? We got things to lose here.
Well, if it reassures you, Wanda chimed in, there is an easy in and out on this occasion. And she gets up from where she's seated and she goes over to one kind of corner of a tent and has a rummage around in a chest of drawers. And almost comically, she pulls things out and kind of chucks them to one side, all kind of weird things that you may or may not have seen in the past. And she eventually produces, it's a circular, not quite tablet, but it's like a stone with engravings etched into it. And it looks like a regular bit of stone. And she comes over slowly with it. And it's probably palm size, just about. It's a bit bigger than a human palm. And she comes over and says, there are many connections to the Feywild. You may fall into a ravine and find yourself when you come out in the Feywild. You may find that leaning on a tree and falling asleep, you awake there as well. However, some doors are more clear-cut than others. This here is one of those. It is the name is too difficult to pronounce, but it is the runestone. That's a kind of common name that we've given it. And there is, not far from town, further into the woods, there is an old, like a plateau, which when you step on with this stone, will transport you to a similar one in the Feywild. They're connected. They're like interdimensional doors. Now, the only catch is, it is good for one trip in and one trip out. So once you've used it both ways, it cannot be used again. So if you go into the Feywild, you must do so fully committed. And I would recommend making sure you retrieve what you're after before leaving, because you may not get another chance to go back. And if you do, it might not be as easy to find the second time. There are many risks involved, but the adventure you are on is a risky one. So I cannot force you, but the choice is yours, and you have the means to do so if you wish.
Can I use my stone cunning to figure out anything else about the little rune stone itself?
Yes. I mean, just while I'm having a quick look, what kind of extent of knowledge do you gain from it exactly? Like what kind of things do you learn about stone from what you have?
That's what I'm just having a look, because Brodie can do it too.
I can indeed.
Stone cunning.
Maybe you make a history check related to origin.
Proficient, yeah. So I mean, basically, I'm considered proficient in reading stones. So it's just one of those. I make a history check and I learn about whatever stone it is that I'm looking at.
Yeah, I mean, for you can both do it if you want, just to see if you can kind of get a bit more measure of the history behind it.
Yep. Roll a 16.
Oh, gotcha. 17.
So
you're both pretty clued up with this style of engraving on the stone. It is obvious that it's Elven. You can't quite make out. It's not writing per se, but it's more of a pattern on the stone, and you feel like it's almost like a key more than anything. It seems to be ancient, older than you could probably tell, but certainly it looks to be legit. It looks to be the real thing. made from elven hands, and you kind of rest assured that what Wander is telling you is more than likely true.
All right, I believe her. I think we're in.
This lass ain't kidding around. I think she's true, and if we need this weapon to defeat Ashtarak, even though I don't like the idea of going into a different plane of existence, maybe we should do it.
Shit, I'm with you boys.
Oh, Ron, you're awake. That's nice to know. Thank you.
Yo, yeah. Sorry, man.
You were listening well intently there, weren't you? Trying to
Yeah.
catch yourself up with the conversation. That's
Just trying to work out where the hell we're gonna go next.
well, I wherever this stone takes us, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, to this plateau outside.
Hey, this bitch say something about going in the woods?
Yeah, to find the plateau. Sorry,
Shit,
Wanda,
no.
you explain again.
Well, my friend here, well, would you like to explain? And she turns to the naked man standing next to you, who was
God
a
damn!
couple of minutes ago.
No, we wrapped him in something. I'm sure we did.
Nah, we
we can
just-
do if you want. Throw a bearskin rug over.
I got
him.
my bear rug. There you go, fella. All right.
So this guy is he looks to be native to the area. He is similar sort of pale complexion to the other villagers, kind of average height, average build, but fairly well toned. Kind of mid-length, scraggly brown hair and stubble all across his face. And he says, "Well, my friends, I can take you to this plateau, and it is not far from here. And I can take you to where you need to go to find this thing that you are looking for. So there is no trouble. I know the way, so I can take you to where we need to go."
Good to know.
Well, come on then, motherfucker. Let's get on with it.
Debura, I know you haven't been with our party long, but does this sit well with you? You don't have to go if you don't want to.
You trying to make out of this fool some pussy or
Stay with
something?
you lot, go with you, or stick with the people that ditched me.
Yeah, he gets to hang around with us crazy lot or a git. I mean, what one would you rather do? I'm with him.
Difficult choice. But all right, if you're with us, you're with us. And we'll see about getting you signed up to Broken Jar investigations when we get back. All right, yeah, Mr. Ravenman. What's your name again, by the way?
Oh, it is Rillavon.
Rillavon. Interesting.
Right, would you mind saying that again?
Yes, it is spelled how it sounds. It is Rillavon.
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 Right, yeah.
Rillavon spell, man. Shit.
I can't even pretend that I'm going to forget that because
It's common name. It's common name around here.
Hey,
Okay?
it's you, man. Shit.
He's like Richard, okay, and Rillavon.
like Richard, right? Oh, in that case, I'm calling you Dick. There we go. We're in.
Got to
This
respect
guy's
his
name's Dick
culture,
now,
man,
yeah?
you know.
Hey, Dick, you gonna take that shit?
Hey, if his name is Dick, his name is Dick, right?
I call him Rillavon, man.
All right.
You know, this guy's sending
Got
us
a
off
nice
to a
one.
different plane of existence. We probably don't want to piss him off, just in case he,
I'm
shuts
not
the door on
pissing
the
him
other
off.
side.
He just told me his name was like Richard. So in that case, I'm going to call him Dick.
Yeah, man. He says like Richard, not motherfucking Richard.
It wouldn't be Dick. It would be
Motherfucker
like
name not Dick. You call him motherfucking Dick.
All right.
Dilla.
Can we not
I-
argue and just go to the FAE?
I meet you in the middle, right? I spell it D-I-K, right? But it still sounds like Dick.
Still say Dick. God damn. Hey, this guy
Yeah.
gonna stab you in the back and fucking moment you back to him.
Guy
Ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. Stop it.
Okay, so we can go when you're ready. There's not much here, but you need food, you need wine, you need drink. We have that. We set off when you're ready.
I need a
Hell
new
no.
set of knees, but other than that, I think we're ready to go.
Yo, I'm good now, man.
Okay. I put on clothes, and he goes off and exits the hut just quickly and puts some clothes on. And
Thank God for that.
and
Comes out in a
what
dress.
I wonder is Wanda's just kind of sitting there, just kind of almost humming to herself, almost rhythmically now, just kind of waiting for him to come back. And he takes a couple of minutes, returns dressed in just kind of, clothing that you've seen outside the villagers are wearing is really basic, kind of brown and greys. And he has a small pack with him. And he says, okay, we go. Wanda, I will hopefully return soon. And then she turns to him and says, well, all the best to all of you. And I will I'll point your friends in the direction of the werewolves. And I'm sure that they'll be able to dispatch them. And Gregory goes, yes, jolly good. I'll warm up my sword. And I'm sure I'll see you gents soon.
Yeah, you warm up your sword, man. Fuck you, Gregory.
Did Wanda give us the runestone or gave it to Gwydion?
It's. I mean, if one of you guys wants to have it, it's up to you.
I'm sure Albran wouldn't mind.
I'll go.
A legendary hoarder.
I'll go take the runestone if no one else takes it.
Oh, Deborah's in there. Cool.
Well, there's a bit of room under my eyelid.
Well,
No, I'm all right. I don't need to carry that.
Anything else? Okay. Well, yeah, you can keep hold of it for now. Then that's fine. But yeah, he escorts you out of the tent, and he takes you round the back of it towards clearing in the woods. The way to this kind of plateaued area doesn't take very long to get to. You make your way through the woods, takes about 10 minutes, give or take, before you start to see a bit of a clearing. And the clearing itself, well, it is just that. It's literally as if this path has been cut through the woods for this sole purpose of this thing. So as the forest opens up, you can see that this beaten path, this muddy path, leads towards a fairly large kind of stone plateau, which is circular, almost like a very, very large version of the stone that you've been given. And Rilivon walks towards it and motions to all of you and says, what you must do, my friend, is with the stone, you must place it face down in the center of here. And have any of you eaten recently?
No.
Not as I recall.
Why?
It's probably a good thing you have not eaten recently. Okay, so if you all make your way onto here.
Oh, shit, dog!
Our own brew.
We all got to hold hands as well.
So you step on, there's plenty of room. I mean, from its widest point, the plateau is probably about 30 feet wide. It's pretty big. And Debura, whenever you're ready, you can place this stone in the center.
As you get it out.
Gotta make the sound, otherwise it doesn't work.
This is not your campaign.
I'm sure DM just said it.
So I'll say a bit when everyone's ready, and I'll go place it down.
At first, nothing happens.
Yay!
But after a few moments, you start to feel as if like everything around you goes dark. You almost feel like it's almost as if there was like an eclipse where everything around you gradually darkens. And you kind of look around and you start to feel a slight rumbling. And as you look down, you can see that there is a pattern on the floor that you're standing on that's lighting up with this luminescent green light. And it starts to get brighter and brighter gradually, almost to the point that to look directly at it is blinding. So kind of looking away and shielding your eyes, you start to feel this rumbling get more and more, and almost the whole area around you goes pitch black, and there's no noise. And you stand there for a moment, kind of questioning your senses, wondering what is going on. And then all of a sudden you feel this motion, almost as if you're on like a roller coaster that's like a sheer drop down. You feel your stomach go, you kind of gasp for air. It feels like you're moving like at a ridiculous speed, but you're just obviously standing in place. And you can feel almost like the wind rushing through your hair, even though it's not moving at all. And it almost feels like this feeling is going on forever, until almost as quickly as it started, it stops. And you're there in the darkness for a little bit longer. And eventually the surroundings start to become clearer. And you're still on this plateau, on this plinth, and you're still in a wooded area, but it could not be more different from where you were before. When you stepped on this, you were in the middle of like a pine forest. You know, there were sights and smells that were very familiar to you. But bit by bit, gradually, you start to see things almost as though they were inverted. So, all around you are trees, but they are spectacular colors: purples, yellows, reds. There are lights in the sky that almost look like silent fireworks streaming across, but they're making no sound at all. There are some things that look familiar. You see some hares darting in and out of the woods, and you even see a fox, but there are also some very unusual sights. Gradually, you start to step off of this plateau, which is a mirror of what you stepped on previously. But you start to see things like dragonflies that are twice the size, 3 times the size of what they would be, and they're leaving trails behind them of colors that you've never seen before. And you start to hear sounds, and you start to smell smells that you've never experienced before. And it almost feels like you're in a dream. It almost feels like what you see is something that you would have never seen in real life before. After a moment of regaining your senses, Rilivon steps off the plateau as if he's done this dozens of times before, shakes it off straight away. And he turns around and says, "Oh, the first jump is always the hardest one, my friends, but trust me, you haven't seen anything yet." And he starts to make his way towards a clearing in this large wooded area. Doesn't wait for you, but he starts to very slowly walk off. And as you follow him, you do realize what he said, because you know the stuff that you saw when you first stepped off this plateau is just the kind of tip of the iceberg. As you're walking through this forest, which is very thick, there are all sorts of things that you see that are very unusual. You see like mushrooms and toadstools, 4, 5, 6, 7 feet tall. You start to see just lights darting and shimmering around in the woodland, almost as if they were fireflies, but they're moving so quickly and they're burning a different color that you know it's not them for sure. There's even things like insects skittering around the floor, which are much bigger and much differently colored than what you would have seen back at home as well, much more vibrant colors. And Rilivon the whole time is walking ahead of you very confidently, again, as if he knows the way. Just while you're walking through this particular area, because it will take a short while to get to where he's taking you, is there anything you want to do or say or ask, or anything at all that comes to mind?
Well, first, Rilivon, you seem like you've been here before. You come here often, do you?
Oh, not often anymore, no, but I have spent many a day here in my youth, and well, it is what made me the man I am, literally, and the raven that I am.
Right,
Oh,
yeah,
they-
reminds me of licking toads when I was a kid.
The hell?
What you do in your own time, my friend.
I want to go see, not, but try to see my magic. Does it to see if it's any different color from on this world than it is to material plane.
Your magic wouldn't necessarily change. I mean, how would you expect to do that? What would you do?
Just by try an Eldritch Blast, but don't fire it. Just see if there's a different color.
So just kind of warm it up and then kind of
Yeah.
like burn it out before it does anything.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we shoot one of them goddamn fireflies, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, so you can kind of start to rev it up, and in doing so, you can see that it is still the same. So the magic that you possess hasn't been affected at all. Same sort of color, same sort of feeling that flows through your body as you're generating that magic, and yeah, that hasn't changed a bit. It's just the surroundings themselves at the moment that seem to be what's been affected.
I want to see if I can smoke any of this shit.
So there's no change there. That's good to know.
I mean, you can have a forage around if you like and see if there's anything, but
Hell yeah.
Go ahead and roll a nature check with disadvantage.
Why disadvantage?
Because
We haven't been to the Feywild.
You don't know what anything is.
15.
15, okay. So this place is completely foreign, and it's something that, is full of things you've never seen before. But you, as you're going through this kind of clearing, you find some what look like similar sort of herbs to maybe that could be smoked and put in a pipe. So you kind of, when everyone's back is turned, you kind of grab a couple of small branches and pocket them for later to partake.
All right.
So he takes you through this forest, which you're not quite sure how long it is that goes by. You're so preoccupied with kind of taking in all these new sights and everything that time literally does fly by. And after a little while, he turns to you as a group and he says, okay, so what I must tell you is something very important, because we are near to where we need to be. And I feel I should give you a fair warning about who we are going to meet. I don't know if any of you have ever had experience with elves before, but these elves are a little bit different, okay? So this elf is, how you say it, she's probably similar to a queen from where we are from. But the rules, they work differently over here. So there are many hundreds of those like her. She looks like a child. She is a child queen. And she is many, many hundreds of years old. So do not let that take you by surprise. She does act like a child, though. She is very selfish and very, very arrogant. So you must mind your manners, because she also is full of wrath. Okay, so you need to just speak to her as nicely as you can, and try and be as polite as you can, because between you and me, she, how you say, she is a bit of a bitch. Okay.
Sounds like any other pointy-eared piece of crap to me, I tell you. Stupid bloody elves lording over all of us.
The chances of us all being nice to her are quite slim, to be honest.
So it looks like I'm the one who has to go talk to her because I don't trust Ron doing it.
Why not?
Well, I didn't want to say, but yeah, Ron, you can't go
I'll
talking
be
to this
denied.
guy. Maybe you should sit this one out.
I gotta be completely honest with you, right? I don't think that either of the dwarves will be very good in negotiating with elves.
And you think
This is
a tiefling is?
I don't think the dwarves are gonna go down very well. And if she's as much as a bitch as old Dick says she is, I just got this feeling it might go downhill.
Can I go to Goading of them and go say, if I'm gonna be negotiating, can you teach me some Elvish?
Did you just call him Boulavon?
That's what I thought.
It's not too bad.
Is okay. We all speak the same tongue. Okay, so you can just talk to her as you talk to us.
Thank you for learning all
So we go, and all I would say is let's just be careful how we approach this. Okay, if you want to get what you want, and he leads you a tiny bit further through this forest until almost out of nowhere there is a huge clearing which leads to a glade which is bigger than what you ever would have thought one would be. It is a small elven city, and there is pretty much hundreds of houses, for lack of a better word. These are all buildings that are built from the trees themselves. There is only a handful of what you would call buildings, which are really pure alabaster white, which are at the very far end of this gladed area. And there aren't really too many people milling about. You kind of, as Milibon takes you through this area, you kind of have a look around and you kind of take in these gigantic trees that look to be hundreds of feet, hundreds of stories high, and are bigger and thicker than any tree you've ever seen before. There are streams running through the center of this area with like fish jumping in and out of it. And there are lots of, again, these kind of lights that are kind of dancing around as you walk through. You walk through for a short while and still no one seems to be present until you get a little bit closer to where these large towers are. And as you get closer, again, Rilvon leading the way, you can see there are about a dozen elves with like leather armor and long swords and shields that are not guarding the way, but they're all kind of dotted out in a line in front of you. And luckily, they do recognize him, so they don't acknowledge him that strongly, but they certainly don't block the way either. He just kind of gives a nod, kind of gives you all a kind of knowing look, as if to just kind of keep moving, and you continue on. And it leads through to this area, which is it's like a clearing, for lack of a better term, and there is a large wooden, I suppose you'd call it, throne in the center of this kind of area, with like a river running around the outside. And there are 4 guards standing, kind of 2 behind this throne, 2 at the front, either side, and sitting on this throne, kind of, don't know how you would say it, but she's kind of to her side with legs over one arm of the throne and kind of leaning back over the other side is this girl. She looks no older than 13, and she is probably barely 4.5 feet tall. And she's wearing a very long, flowy dress, which does have leaves almost look like they've sewn on the bottom to it, but it's almost like they're built in naturally to this dress. And she has long, flowing golden hair with flowers in, and it literally does look golden. It's not quite blonde, not quite red, not quite ginger. It literally does look golden. And there is someone feeding her grapes, almost as if you're kind of watching something from out of, you know, Rome, with someone feeding her these grapes. And they stop as they see the six, because I guess Tahr's with us, the six of us approaching. And as he stops, she's kind of expecting this grape, and she's kind of sitting there with her mouth open, and she's like, and he's like, "Oh, Your Majesty." And she kind of opens one eye and sees all of you standing there, and she then sits up just a little bit, still kind of across the throne, but she sits up a little bit and turns towards you, and in a very high-pitched, almost like angelic voice, she says, "Really? Haven't seen you in how many years now? What are you doing here? Who are these people with you?" And Your Majesty, these are some companions who have they've come to ask you a favor. And before we can get anything else out, she kind of gives a kind of to one of the guards, who then kind of ushers him towards her. And she literally kind of like throws her arms around him and is like, "Oh, come on now. No need for formalities. We're all good buddies here." She kind of punches his arm playfully, and he kind of backs off. It's like, "Well, I just want to keep things as formal as possible, Your Majesty, just to, you know. But these are my companions who have traveled very far to speak to you." And he kind of steps to one side, and she's kind of curious, so she kind of turns, one leg crossed over the other, sitting on the throne now, and she's like, "Oh, do go on."
Hey dog, this bitch crazy.
Good start, Ron. Good start.
Anyone catch your name before we start?
Just call a bitch.
Oh,
Let's not start.
all right.
So
Okay.
I'll go forward and, you know, bow. Like, I say, "Your Majesty, we are on a quest to go save the material plane, and probably your plane from a person getting resurrected, and it seems that we need either the bone that you've got that could help us defeat this demon door, and we were just wondering if we could acquire it." I'm still bowing down until she tells me to, you know, stand up or look up.
She doesn't do that at all. She's just kind of sitting there, and if I had hair, I'd be kind of doing this with it.
Yeah.
And she's just like,
Boya.
"Okay, thank you. My bow, you need to be a little bit more specific, and this whole resurrecting thing." "Oh, sorry." It doesn't sound like it bothers me. If it's something that's going on over from where you are, it's a you problem, not me. So what?
Okay, here we go then.
No, Albran, don't explain.
No, I got this. I got
Hey,
it.
if you don't say something, I'm gonna say
I
something.
even put my hand up, saying,
Everyone play it cool.
No, I got this. I got this.
All right.
The sword that I obtained, I pull out, place on the floor, down on one knee. Your humblest apologies, my young elven princess. We are here in the search for
Queen.
magic. All right, for
Queen, not princess, queen.
Oh,
Don't
sorry.
piss her off.
Man.
Shut up. Put me off of my game. Where was I? Begging your pardon, my young elvish majesty. That better. Right.
Yeah.
Where was I?
Fuck.
Oh, I'm an old man. You made me forget now.
Shit, dog. This guy's fucked.
You're losing her.
This guy's fucked.
Losing her.
Hey, we ain't with this, dude.
Well, if you haven't fucking said anything, I'll put the sword back on my back and I just
Come on, man.
I
Come
was
on.
I had it. You
Come on. Push you forward again.
You can do it. Really sorry for interrupting. You can do it. You can do it.
No, you want me to try fucking up again, do you? Right. All right.
You'll be fine this time. Scholar or queen. Or Majesty.
Oh, baby.
Right. Begging your indulgence, my young elven queen. That better, right? Yeah, good, right.
Thumbs up from Brodie.
Bitch ain't young, man.
We have made our way to your plane of existence in the hope of obtaining a magical elven bow.
That's what the old dude said.
And I got it because not only will the elven bow help us destroy this Astaraak fella from destroying the mortal plane where we come from, it will stop him from making his way here and causing your kingdom all sorts of upheaval, your majesty. See, I can be posh too.
Well,
Bitch! Ashtarak gonna kill every motherfucker up in here. We don't get that motherfucking bow right goddamn now.
Oh,
That close.
I'm on there slapping my face because of one exploded.
That close.
I never did.
no one ever speaks to me like that.
Please, I'm sorry. Please
I
ignore
like
the bitch part.
Oh,
No, I
she
like.
said she liked it. She liked it. Ron, you keep going. You tell her. You tell her how it is.
So listen, because this is boring me already, and I'm not getting any younger. Okay.
You're not getting any younger. I'm 196 years old. I got arthritis in both my ankles, both my knees, both my shoulders, and both my ears.
Yeah,
If you
keep
think
going,
I'm
man.
going to
Keep
sit
going.
here and listen to you waddle on and not give me what I'm here to fucking find, then you got another thing coming, young lady. How does that sound?
Yeah, bitch.
I quite
Yeah,
like
and
it.
your hair looks stupid.
Oh, shit.
I'm just there, just having a mental breakdown.
Oh.
The boa's having a mental breakdown.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What are we doing?
All right, we got a
So-
plan. We got a plan.
Don't you make me bend
Right.
you over my knee and give you a good old spanking.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Well,
You
you know,
badass,
I think boundaries need to be asserted, and at this point, the elves that are surrounding her, they kind of put their arms on the swords hilts, so they're kind of ready. And she says, "Listen, I don't mind a bit of flirting," and she winks at Ron. But just being rude is just disrespectful. Okay, you're entertaining because we don't get your kind around here very often. So I'll give you one last chance. Now listen. I've seen this kind of stuff time and time again. There's always some old bastard from your place who always wants to take over the world. They never come here, okay? We have our own troubles. We worry about our own. But if you want, well, if it's the bow that I'm thinking of, and I'm sure it is, because what did you say this guy's name was again?
Astaraak.
Astaraak.
Yeah. We took back our bow a little while ago, and it's kind of just resting on my mantle just as decoration for now. Nobody's going to use it. If you want it, you can have it, but how much do you want for it?
But you want us to do something for you or give you money?
Well, how much money have you got?
Shit, man.
A gold piece between us all. We're not very rich.
No.
You've got one gold piece between all 6 of you.
It's been a great depression in our in our plane of existence.
Don't be so tight.
Economics haven't been doing so well.
Try and roll a, let me think. Yeah, try and. It's a shame there's not like a bluffing one. Try and roll like a performance check.
Ooh, I can do performance. I roll a 9.
Well, I could have said deception actually. Same thing. Well, I don't believe that for 1 second. I could hear the coins jangling in your belt pouch. So,
I'm Albran.
but listen, this thing is priceless. So I don't think that people like you could ever afford it. So let's let me think. She kind of sits for a minute, and then she kind of clicks her fingers, and one of the guards comes along and gives her like a lollipop, and she kind of starts to, you know, I don't like to say the word suck on it, but she sucks on it. And,
This shit wrong, man.
and she takes a moment, and she all of a sudden realizes, like, oh, okay, I'll make you a trade. You do something for me, and I'll give you this bow, because it's just collecting dust. I'm bored with it now. I've had it for a little while, and it's not really doing any good. So you do something for me, I'll do something for you, and you can take this away.
You don't even use the goddamn thing.
Anyway.
Just give us a
Ron,
goddamn
shut
bow.
up.
One shot.
Give us the bow, woman.
What is the task that you want us to do?
This goes down to business. So
Fuck that task.
I have quite the menagerie. I like to collect all sorts of animals that I'm amused by. Okay, there are various breeds of unicorn out here. I already have 2 kinds of the existing breeds, and I want the 3rd one to complete my collection. I think it would suit well, it would fit in well with the aesthetics of it. I've already got a red one. I've already got a green one. There is a very rare unicorn which is black, and it has a green mane and tail. It just looks super cool. And I haven't come across it yet. I've sent these guys out, but for the good that's done, they haven't found it yet. If you can go and find one for me, and bring it back here in one piece, and that's alive, then I will give you the bow in exchange.
Shit, dog. This girl tripping. Ain't running out there, have no goddamn unicorn.
Anyway, we'll be up for the task, Your Highness.
Ain't no goddamn.
Do you know what area it may be in this plane?
Nope. Rounds. So you'll just have to kind of go looking for it, I suppose.
Bloody elf, isn't he?
Could we interest you in a crab instead?
Oh yeah, yeah.
We got
Give
a
me the
great
crab,
crab over
man.
here. Looks to Tahr.
Let me see this crab.
Can I put one of those sticks I had in my pocket? Put it on it. Stick it on the crab's head. Is this the unicorn?
You wanna go kill
Searching for?
Snips? Oh yeah, you gotta stab Snips with a stick.
Yeah.
It's a crabicorn.
That's a crabicorn. Oh no.
The only crab.
Interestingly, I've been reading a book called Puggycorn for my daughter. Sorry, that's a slight. But it's an awesome book.
Do you know what? For fun, why don't we say you put a stick on it somehow, and you present it to her, and do a, because I forgot that was a thing before, do a deception roll. See if you can convince her. So we've done a persuasion, let's see, or performance. We can do a deception.
I should have done this because I'm so fluent.
3.
She kind of looks at it like,
Oh, sorry, that's me.
no, you're okay. You can keep that thing. The crabs we've got around here are like purple and 7 feet tall, so they fit much better with my lot. No, the unicorn will do. The unicorn will do. So if you can go and find that for us, then I will give you the bow.
Feel so bad, Krabby. Don't feel so bad.
All right, so yeah, all right, so we're going to go out and start looking. While we're still in front of the bitch, I'm going to pull out Bobo and throw him up in the air so he can go searching.
What, 60
Get a head
feet?
start on Al. Almost like I'm showing off my mechanical owl. It's like, haha, fuck you.
Are you using it to try and find the thing, or just to show it off?
I'm sort of yes to look for the unicorns and yes to show it off.
Yeah, I'll be back in a sec.
Multi-purpose.
It's like one of those ones where you sort of get something out and go, look what I fucking got.
It won't do much to help with finding the unicorn because it
Well, I know,
only
but
does
it's too.
show it off as well. Yeah, she's kind of impressed. So she kind of like raises her eyebrows as she watches it fly up in the air and do a 360 with its head and then kind of flutter back down. And she's just like, nice.
No.
So this unicorn thing, I mean, you know, I'm no rush. Sounds like you guys are. So, you know, whenever you're ready, me and Riley will stay here and catch up on old times. But, you know, if you kind of head like that way-ish, I'm sure you might come across it, or you might not. So, you know.
I'll go.
You're about as helpful as a crab with a stick stuck on its head.
I'll stand up and make my way out.
Yeah, I will. I'll do a bow and I'll walk out, bowing backwards, kind of like a moonwalk.
I just turn around and fucking walk.
And I'm sure Ron would say something like, "Yes, bitch," as he walks.
You reckon Ron would be that polite?
You talking about Ron?
This fucking fucker.
So, yeah, so she hasn't really given you much to go by.
No shit. Jesus Christ. Yeah, just somewhere over there, you know, you're in a completely new world. Just, somewhere over there. Oh, yeah.
So as you all kind of walk off, you're kind of a little bit lost. You're still not too far from where you were. Relevon runs off after you very quickly, calling after you. And he kind of catches up, almost sprinted to catch you. He's a tiny bit out of breath. And he says, "Friends, believe it or not, that could have gone much worse. I think she likes you." And he says, "Listen, I would come with you, but she is obviously very persistent on me staying. I know for a fact that this place is very unusual, but I think the best thing to do is for one of you to take the lead and to look for clues, because I have every faith that what she says is true. It's just that this thing is elusive. But if you search hard enough, I have a feeling it is nearby. You just need to look in the right places. I don't think our guards have made much of an effort for her because she works them like dogs. So I think that you might be able to succeed where they have not. But if you head this way," and he points towards like the east, and the place that you're in doesn't have any clear-cut walls, so it just kind of fades into the forest eventually. And he says, "I think if you head this way, is best way to go. But I think if one of you leads the way, then that is best, so you do not kind of get confused or lost as you go." And as he does say this, you can kind of hear her calling for him in the distance. And he says, "I must go. But I have every faith in you. You have come this far. And he runs off.
Oh, real fun. Just one quick question before you go.
Yes.
What's the queen's name?
Is a Faerith.
Faerith. All right. Right.
That doesn't
we'll
sound
not
like
let you
bitch
down.
at all. Her name was Queen Bitch.
She has many names, trust me.
All right. Thank you, Relevan. We'll see you soon.
Bye, Dick.
On that note,
Weird.
I'm gonna follow his direction.
Sounds like this is a job for Tahr, potentially.
Oh yeah, he's a tracker.
He's our tracker, nature guy.
Oh, just Albran will be back in a minute.
All right. Faerith.
So whilst he's gone, just to kind of give you the lowdown on how this works, and then you can kind of decide on if you want to do it any differently when he gets back. So I will leave it to one of the group and one alone to kind of do a series of survival checks, and that will kind of determine based on how well you roll and what I roll, because I've got a table for me here, that will kind of determine what happens and how quickly you manage to get to this thing. So, I mean, it comes down to, I guess, who's been luckiest with rolls, number one, and also who has the best. Yeah, it depends on his survival as well.
He's the one who's got the luckiest rolls, to be honest.
I mean, I'll have a look for Tahr's stuff as well.
Yeah.
Really?
He's got
But-
terrible rolls, but he's technically, well, yeah, we all roll for Tahr. But I think he possibly has the best survival. Either him or Ron.
Well, I've got a +5.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah.
He has to be that good at surviving. He's calling everyone a motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's street survival.
Yeah.
Street smart.
And what about nature as well? What's everyone like for nature?
I'm the same. It's all the same with me.
Not that good.
Um,
+1.
Well, survival I'm all right, but the rest of it pretty naff.
Nature, I got +1.
I'm very charismatic. Everything else, pop.
Because essentially, it's going to be predominantly around survival that we go by.
Yay.
There will possibly be a degree of nature checks as well, but we need to kind of, or you guys need to kind of volunteer someone who you trust with making these rolls. Just to give you an idea, Tahr has +0 for survival, but he has +3 for nature.
3 on survival and +0 on nature.
+1 on both survival and nature.
What have you
Minus
got,
2 and
Brodie?
0.
Yeah.
-2 on survival and 0 on nature. So,
I got
Ronnie is
+5, +1.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, if you're all happy with that, it looks like it's Ron that's going to be doing a bit of rolling for everyone.
Where you go, lad?
Got real dice as well.
Oh, it's on.
Cool. So as you head out of the city, do an initial survival check for me.
24.
Okay, that's pretty good. So you have a look around, and again, it's kind of very. You're not quite sure what you're looking for. You know, obviously, what unicorn tracks or what horse or equine-like tracks would look like. So you kind of have a look around. You can't see any on the floor. You look for any kind of disturbances in bushes and trees to see if you can kind of see if anything's been by. You can't quite see anything yet, but you can see a path that leads directly ahead into another part of the woods. And it looks as though there is a lot of life kind of thriving and bustling about within there. So you start to kind of lead everyone towards this part of the forest, and it's fairly heavily forested. So you can feel a lot of trees around you. You can feel, everything's kind of closing in, and it's, really literally back to nature going down this way. You give it about a quarter of a mile, you feel, and then you kind of stop and you come to a very small clearing, literally, small enough for probably the 5 of you to fit in. And you all kind of go in there and stop and have a look around, and you can all kind of try and get a sense of where you might need to go to. So roll another survival check.
21.
Okay. So having another look, you check the grounds, you check the vegetation. You can see that there are a few bushes nearby, which have marks on them as if something has brushed through. So it's kind of broken through this clearing, going off the beaten path, and it's gone further and deeper into the wood. You have a pretty good inkling that this is the right way to go. So you kind of lead everyone through the brush, and you head through these bushes, through the vegetation. And as you do so, you again see sights that you've never seen before, with all sorts of fauna that looks really unfamiliar to you. There is after another short while, probably a little less than a quarter of a mile, there is another kind of clearing that you can see. And you can hear a sound coming from there. You're not quite sure what the sound is, but it's kind of like a muffled sound. And as you get closer, you can see that there is a small, I'm going to call it humanoid creature that's kind of been tangled up in these vines. And the vines are connected to a tree, which has lots of little spikes protruding from it. And the vines look to be quite spiky as well. And you can see this, it almost looks like a gnome-like creature, but smaller, like half the size. And it's kind of stuck in these vines, and it's kind of trying to pull itself free.
Oh shit, dog. Hold on, man. Hold on, we'll get you out.
So are you going to jump in on your own, or is anyone else going to follow?
I'm going to pull out my really
running.
I'm going to pull out my really posh shiny dagger, because I haven't used it for fucking anything yet.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that's a fine dagger you got there.
Ages ago, I'm going to pick up my and I'm going to start cutting away at the vines. And I'm going to go to them. Look at my pretty dagger. Isn't it lovely?
So is everyone else huddled around, or is some of you sitting back, or?
I'm going to hang back and stay on sentry.
If I'm able, so poison spray the vine. So, because is the vine trying to bring it into the tree?
The vine is just around it, so it's just constricted.
I'm just gonna try and help Albran and cut some of the vines to get this guy free.
So I'll be looking around to see if there's anything going to go pop out on Ron and Albran. So I'll be on guard.
Okay. So as Albran and Ron are cutting away at the vine, and it's quite a thick vine, it's like a good kind of foot thick. It takes a little while to start to saw through. As you're doing so, this little person's eyes light up, and it starts to kind of say something in a muffled voice, You can't quite tell what it is, but he sounds a little bit panicky. All of a sudden, this tree that this vine is connected to, these small spines that are on the tree, they shoot out just in all directions. So anyone who has not hung back, anyone who is, say, within 20 feet of this tree, needs to make a dex saving throw.
Oh shit.
Oh,
So-
I get advantage on that because I got danger sense.
I've actually got a +6, but I rolled a 6, so 12.
Dexterity save.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get to roll advantage because I got danger sense. And that didn't help me at all. 11. It's still -1.
That's a 17, Matt.
Okay. So the spikes fly out towards the three of you. Because Ron and Albran are so close to this tree, they take 6 piercing damage. But Debura, being a little bit further back, kind of sees it coming and dodges it a little bit better, takes 3 piercing damage.
Fuck you, tree.
It's not quite enough to obviously put you off your task at hand, but it does sting a little bit. And after a short while, you start to slice away at this vine, cut it off, and unwrap this little fellow from this tree branch. And as you do so, he kind of looks, he's got this like shocked expression on his face. And he's barely like 2 feet tall. And he just, in a very squeaky, almost like munchkin-like voice, says, "Thank you," and runs off into the forest. But
Hold on, dog.
as he does so,
I won't bother you, little shit.
as he does so, he drops almost from out of nowhere, because he's got just very like plain clothing on with no pockets or anything. He just drops this large fist-sized red gem on the floor.
Go on then, Albran.
Oh, all right.
You know you want to.
Fine. What is my big giant red gem?
It's not actually something that you're familiar with,
Oh.
so you would need to get it appraised somewhere.
Fuck's sake.
Ooh.
I did tell
go in
Magic.
here. They got a fucking another bloody custom thing. I got big red gem.
It's not custom. It's just
I got to put it in here, and I don't know what the fuck it is, so I got to write big red gem. That means it's bloody custom, doesn't it?
do you
Dropped by
want me,
Leprechaun.
do you want me to tell you what it is?
No, 'cause I got to go and get it appraised. All I've got: Bobo the Owl, custom. Symbol of Aminata, custom. Fancy dagger, bare teeth, pretty purple rock.
Well,
Purple rock.
I can make it more vanilla for you if you want, and just pull everything out of.
No, it's all right. I'll go with big red gem.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ron, do another survival check.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is me gonna die.
There's that's a nat 1.
Oh dear.
So 6, but obviously nat 1 instant fail.
Okay. Bear with me.
Oh no.
Here it goes. Here it
Right.
goes. Brace for impact.
Okay. So, a little bit frazzled by the experience you just had. You feel a little bit thrown off your game, but you do have a look around and you can see like a track in the floor. And it looks like a track that you're familiar with, but you can't quite place what it is. So you're not too sure whether you should be going this route, but against your better judgment, you just kind of say, okay, come this way. So it leads you through another small clearing, through the woods, and you start to walk just a short ways before you, well, do a perception check for me as well.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, here come the net ones. Oh god. Oh god. I got 12.
12. Okay. So as you're walking through this part of the woods, you get this feeling, and you can almost feel something brushing against your ankle. And you stop for a second, and you look down, and you can see this giant vine creeping along the floor. And you move your leg just before it wraps around your leg. And as it does so, you kind of stomp on it and kick it away, and it disappears into the forest. You continue on, and you get to a point where, as you're walking through this forest, you can then all of a sudden start to hear a noise. It's like the sound of rushing water. And you can hear it off in the distance. And you're not quite sure at this point which way to go. So do one more survival check for me.
Yeah, 21.
Okay. So it's at this point that you start to hear what you're pretty sure is rushing water. And you feel, although you can't see anything to tell you otherwise, you start to feel almost like this innate, unexplainable feeling that you should be making your way towards this. So you kind of motion to everyone to continue on. And after a short while, you come out of the woods, and you can see below you is a river. It's not too far down. I mean, you're talking probably like 15 feet down. And you're in like a clear area where you almost feel like a sense of relief, because walking through this forest has been a tiny bit claustrophobic. It's not as dangerous as it could have been, but it has been a little bit uneasy. And now that you're in this open area, you start to feel a breath of relief. This is something which, actually, I won't do this just yet. So as you come out of this clear area, everyone else follows you through. And one of you, out of the corner of your eye, looks across this large river, this large stream that you can see in front of you. And you can see something off in the distance. And it's an animal that's eating away at this bush of berries. You assume it's a bush of berries because they're colors that you've never seen before. And you kind of see what you think at first is a horse. But it brings its head up and its neck up for a second whilst it's eating, and you can see a large horn protruding from the middle of its head, and a dark green black mane flowing down its neck and across its body. And this, presumably, is the thing that you've been asked to go and look for. And you can see it's across the other side of the river, but off to the left-hand side is a bridge that goes across it as well.
How far away am I from the horse or the unicorn?
From where you're standing at the moment, to get across the river, it's quite a big one. It's probably about 100 feet wide. But there is the bridge, which is probably 100 feet to the left of you. So you can cross that rather than wade across the river itself if you wish to.
What about Tahr stealthing it? Hasn't he got good stealth?
He does. Well, +2.
Oh.
He's a ranger, not a...
I know, but I thought he had good stealth for some reason. There was a...
Well, he does compared to the rest of us.
Oh. I got +3.
My stealth is -1 and a disadvantage.
I'm a +1 with disadvantage.
0.
0 for Debura.
Well, what's Debura got?
I got a 0 on stealth.
Oh.
I whispered to the guys, get me within 60 feet and the bloody thing's mine.
Don't we have to get this
Go,
thing back
kill it.
in one
You have to
piece?
capture it.
Yeah, get me within 60 feet and we got it. Right.
What have you got in your bag of tricks?
I got a magic spell.
Oh, do you?
Oh
Pray
shit!
tell.
No. Get yourself over that goddamn bridge, man. Cast that shit.
Depends what the magic spell is, surely. What are we talking here?
Instant death.
I got whole
Taxidermy.
person. I got whole person. I
I've got
learned-
that spell, but it doesn't work on. Only works on humanoids.
Oh,
Oh.
boo! I just read.
Oh.
What
Just
about
reading.
Tahr being a ranger? Have you got you've got some skill with animal handling, surely?
He has actually.
Very good at handling crap.
Crap.
Can handle
Not
seafood.
as easy as it looks.
That's what we can handle. We can
Just a
handle.
bucket and spade. Just fucking nails.
I
So he
sorry,
has
I like the
got,
fact that you've liked the reply to your comment.
Yeah, I got to keep these likes going. Got to keep them going.
so he has got speak with animals, Tahr. I mean, it's amongst other things. It says you might be able to persuade a beast to perform a small favor for you at DM's discretion. You can comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts. Lasts 10 minutes.
I really wish I could talk to animals. I'm not even sure it's a spell I can learn.
Tahr could talk to the unicorn. It would be interesting to see how the unicorn feels about being captured.
I wonder if you can get on the broom, Albran, and fly over there before this thing fucking does one.
It's the whole person spell wouldn't work on it anyway.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's not a humanoid.
Oh,
What are we gonna do?
Ron, what about you? Go take Tahr on your broom. Fly him out.
Yeah.
Try it stealthily.
We'll fly up high, yeah, and then he can jump off and. Or whoever's good at grappling. Who's got that as a feat?
I didn't go for that one.
I didn't choose it.
No, I haven't got any feats.
I mean, I'm strong as they come. But
Have I got?
What's your strength, Brode? Like your
+4.
oh, same as me.
Yeah.
And I'm just an old cleric.
All right.
That's not
Jack of all
that's not me
trades.
showing off. It's just yeah. I have got nothing.
I got my boots of speed, which I could loan if we need a, get
that's a
going.
good idea.
No, that was one of those. Once the boots are worn, you can't give them back.
Oh shit.
Oh,
It just-
soulbound? No way.
I remember that being said by our DM.
Damn.
Same as the belt as well.
Yeah, that's how I got.
Once you've got it, you've got it. See, I
I've
remember
got
that.
I've got stunning strike.
Punch it in the face, paralyze it.
Yeah.
I still like the idea of getting Tahr to talk to the unicorn.
Yeah.
Because, because what if this unicorn actually just doesn't want to go to the queen? Maybe this unicorn is the catalyst for a revolution in the FAE world to get Queenie Faerith off the throne because she doesn't deserve to be ruling such a fine people.
I ain't got no idea what you used to say, so
I'm talking revolution, or more than revolution, evolution, moving forwards rather
I
than.
say we just throat chop this motherfucker.
But that can be the backup plan if the talking gets nowhere.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
All right, yeah. All right. If we're all in agreement, plan A is get Tahr to talk to the unicorn, just see what the deal is. Plan B is just punch the unicorn in the face.
I'd rather not.
I know. That's why we're going to go hope for Plan A. Hope it works out.
I really want to punch it.
Don't be a dick.
Got to do what we got to do.
Okay, yeah, fine. Albran leans up against one of these weirdly coloured trees, pulls his helmet down over his eyes. Have fun, lads.
Yeah.
It's all to you, my friend.
So I hand the broom over to Tahr. Is he good? It's probably the best way to approach it, is it? Or don't know.
I wonder who's going to voice
Fucking lizard man surfing a broom. Come here, bitch.
So he's just going to jump on the broom and go across the river, is he?
Take him
Just
with
to
you.
clarify.
Yes, I am.
Oh, it's a good
My
impression.
Tahr
That.
impression.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just
just-
it goes.
That's good.
Just the one person allowed on the broom.
Do it one person also.
Mm.
How do I do my best Bran impression? Yes, I'll take the broom and I'll take it. No, I can't do it.
That was good.
I'll take the broom, guys. Take the broom. Yeah. No, it's not. It's losing. It's
There's
not
three
going.
different voices
Yeah.
so
Try and
far.
pick one.
Okay, let's say in some fashion, Tahr jumps on the broom, flies across the river, and as he gets closer, the unicorn does take notice. He's not kind of running just yet, but he is aware of Tahr circling over towards him. I will now share this with you. Okay. So this is currently where the unicorn is situated, just munching away on these berries. And just realised this map is fucked up. Don't know what happened there.
Dang, bro.
It's gonna be short-lived if the unicorn runs off.
Change the map.
We're across the pond, guys. 3 likes from America. Woo!
No way.
Cool.
So essentially, this here is where the unicorn is munching away.
Oh, so pretty.
If we say, I don't know what's happened. Some of this has kind of moved up a little bit, which is why some of this riverbed looks a bit messed up.
That's all right. Yeah.
But what happens is, let's say Tahr gets off a safe distance away from the unicorn. And I mean, speak with animals is what it is, kind of casts the spell. He now has a limited ability to speak with this unicorn, who hasn't completely ignored him, but is still kind of eating away at the berries in these bushes. How do you want to approach this?
I'll speak for Tahr, if that's all right.
In all fairness, if this was Bren doing it, he probably would have shot it by now.
Yeah.
It's not
Put the
bad.
coin
He
in
likes
there.
he likes unicorns, surely. Hail, I am Tahr. How are ye, friend?
How are ye?
How are ye?
That's going to be interesting. I've never done this before. I'm well, and you?
Very well, thank you. Kind of you to ask. I need your help. It so happens the local queen, Faerith, very much wants to have you as not so much a pet, but a companion in her household. And in doing so, this would help prevent the rise of a very powerful and evil deity in our home world, our home plane. Would you be able to assist us?
Is she nice?
Oh, she's lovely. You'll get on really well.
I will I have lots of open space to run in?
She's the ruler of all the Fey world, as I understand it, so you will still be able to run wherever you wish. And she also has unicorns there amongst her menagerie already, so I'm sure you'll have lots of friends as well as lots of land to roam.
I may be able to help. As you're, I'm just aware of something. I'm going to share the sheet that Brendan's given me to the chat, just in case anyone wants to dip in and out of it.
Okay.
I need to make, and I'll tell you what the modifier is, make a perception roll while you're having this conversation.
Okay. Yeah, what's the mod?
So he's got +0.
Okay, so I got a 3.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
So,
a standard Tahr roll.
Yeah. So as you're having this conversation, you are completely oblivious, or Tahr, I should say, is completely oblivious to what it is that's going on around him. He's so engrossed with talking with this creature, which I'm sure he's wanted to do for, let's say, 30 sessions, that he doesn't realize that he is being watched. And from out of nowhere, literally, there is an arrow that comes streaking towards him. And this arrow doesn't hit, but oh wow, it does hit. So this arrow hits him in the side of the shoulder, and it deals... Where is it gone? Where is it gone? Where is it gone? Deals 14 piercing damage to him. I think his hit points are 35. They can't be.
Oh dear.
I think
Oh dear.
I really need him to sort this out because I've still only got his thing for level 3.
Dear.
Well, I mean, I'm only 33.
I'm sure he had 40 something, but I might be wrong. Just double check.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll just stick with what we've got.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Hard
stick
mode,
with
as
that.
always.
Yeah, man.
Okay. So
Play
he
with
takes
disadvantage.
13 damage, and this arrow pierces him in the shoulder, and you can see it happening from across the river, and you can hear him yet let out a shout of pain. From out of the bushes, from out of the forest, there are 3 individuals that you can now see who are currently stealthed, and they're all wearing like hunting gear. So they have like these leather vests. They have arrows on their back and a bow. They have like a long sword of sorts, and they look like they've been camouflaged to hide where they are. And the one that shot the arrow shouts out, "You won't be having that. That's for our king. Step away."
I am wounded. Send back up.
Yeah, can we start making our way across the bridge?
They haven't noticed you yet, so in seeing this, you can start to run across it.
Yeah.
But they have also given a bit of an ultimatum. So what would Tahr do in this situation?
So complicated.
Being
Should
told,
person not think?
yeah, that's what I thought. So there are these three people that have appeared from out of the forest. Let's say Brodie, just because you're dealing with Tahr at the moment. Do you want to say or do anything back to these guys in retaliation?
Yeah. I think Brodie, Tahr is gonna, whilst wounded, if possible, he would like to scramble onto the broom and sort of sail into the sky, and then sort of take a sort of a position in the air to start popping shots with his rifle, if possible. So take the high ground and rain down death upon them. So whether I can start firing shots in that movement as well is at your discretion.
So you would be able to jump on the broom and you would be able to soar up in the sky without them doing anything. But in order to get a shot off, that would take a little while to do. So we can say that you're kind of up in the air safely. But this is where we roll for initiative.
All right.
And this is really interesting because I didn't expect for you guys to not be on the map.
Can we say we've run?
Yay! Natural 20, 19.
Actual 1.
I got a nat 1 as well for a total of 2.
I
I
got
got
7.
1 for a total for 1.
Right, I am not prepared, so
All right.
didn't get any of that. Let's go from my screen from top to bottom. So Albran, what did you get?
19.
Okay. Debura?
1.
Nice. Brodie?
The nat 1, but I got 2 total.
Okay. And Ron?
7.
Okay. Has anyone rolled for Tahr?
Niner. I can though. Actually, what is his? +2 initiative. Okay, cool. He gets a 12.
Okay. Okay. So this is how we'll do things. So let's say in the time it took for Tahr to jump on the brim and to soar up, say like 40-ish, 50 maybe feet in the air. The rest of you have kind of gotten onto the very edge of the map because remember you were 100 feet away from the bridge, and then this bridge itself is 100 feet to get across to the other side. So in sprinting in that time, you would probably be just at the edge of this panel. So we'll go 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, I'm still pink.
and 4. So Ron, Brodie, Albran, Debura left to right. It is actually these hunters' turn first, because I also rolled nat 20, but they have +4. So this guy, I mean, all of them are going to struggle a little bit because obviously Tahr is quite high up in the air, not so far that Longbow can't reach, but still high up. So just check one other thing as well. Okay. Won't do that just yet. Okay, so the one that originally fired off at Tahr, which let's say is going to be the one in the middle, is going to move around a little bit just to get a slightly clearer shot, because longbow does have 150 feet of range before it gets disadvantage. Natural 20.
Oh.
Um,
Die.
Oh, poor Tahr. So that would be 1, 2. So that is going to be another 14 damage with the bow. So he has taken 28 damage so far. I think he's got 7 health left.
Oh my gosh, I'll just put him on. So we're on 34, 20. Yeah.
But hasn't he got at least? He's got 11.
So the other one is going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This one is going to run around a bit closer, and he is going to take a shot as well. You guys better go and save him. So that's going to be... Okay, so that's going to be 5 damage.
So he's on 2.
He's on 2 health.
Oh, fucking hell.
And the other one, who's hiding behind the log, he is going to, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to plonk himself here. 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, longbow has 150 feet of range, so I would imagine that, yeah, that is 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. So being the closest one to him, he is going to use the longbow to try and shoot at Debura to ward you guys off. Got a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And he will do 8 piercing damage.
Cool.
And
every hit points.
as he does so, he just kind of cries to the rest of you like he did to your companion and says, "No one's taken this unicorn. This is for our Lord and King." And he kind of shakes a fist angrily. The unicorn is a little bit spooked at the moment. It hasn't quite done a runner just yet, but it is kind of looking around and is a little bit confused and concerned about what's going on. So that's that. So it's Albran's turn.
Right. I need to get as close to Tahr's dropping area as I can.
So from where you guys are, to get from there to the end of the bridge is approximately 30 feet.
Fine. I'm moving my 25 as far as I can get. You know, I'm a dwarf with little legs and a limp.
Okay.
That's fine. So that's my movement. None of my other... I mean, I'm assuming that I'm a good 100 feet away from Tahr's dropping point at this sort of juncture.
Give or take, yeah.
So I can't get anywhere near him with anything healing at the minute. And so I'm going to go, "Hey, fuck you," and shoot a guiding bolt at the fella hiding behind the bush.
Hey, you laddie. Go fuck yourself.
Pardon? Eat my bolt, you bitch. Not 20! 26. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That gives me 8d6 on this poor fucker. Go. Oh, that's tasty. 34 damage.
Bloody hell.
Wow. Okay. 34. Cool. So this bolt of energy streams towards him with such force that it literally hits him in the chest and puts him on his knees. And he is hurt, but he's still in pretty good shape. These guys look pretty tough. But you can see that was such a powerful shot that has winded him considerably.
Bonus action. I'm not going to take a bonus action because I don't want to rage, because that'd be a waste. I want to cast spell.
When you want to heal.
Exactly. Don't want to use a spell. Nah, because I can't reach him. Damn it! Well, no spells that I can cast on any of them. No, all right. I'll yeah, as is.
Okay.
So I can't use a bonus action to move unless I've got a bonus action for movement, and I don't. So no. Okay. Yeah. No, that's me.
Okay. So it's actually Tahr's turn next. Yeah, I mean, if you're happy with doing his
sure. I'm gonna sort of get. I think I'm gonna just move Tahr back as close to the group as possible. Given that, we just need to get to him. So, given he's on a broom, does he have a bit more of a advantage on movement?
Yeah, I was just trying to look at something, because it's something I hadn't considered yet, and I don't know whether I'm putting too much effort and maths into all this, but I'm looking just at how much of a difference being on the broom might make. So there's
50 feet. Wait, hang on. It has a flying speed of 50 feet. It can carry up to 400 pounds. Flying speed becomes 30 feet while carrying over 200 pounds.
Okay, so 50 feet, which would pretty much put you at the kind of put you where the guy is at the tree on the far left. It would put you kind of in the middle of that, or kind of to the far side. Let's say like here or here-ish.
Okay.
How high up off the ground is he now, anyway? Oh, sorry, are we metagaming here?
Presumably a little bit, I suppose, because he's not being here, but presumably he's way high up. Although I was just looking at that where the river is, and he could potentially sail down beneath the where the ground is and where the river is to get some cover. So if in a movement, if possible, it would be good to get him towards Albran, but then sail down, so he's in some cover.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of go across the river, like hover above it, and kind of stay away from this wooded area. That's not a problem. I mean, height-wise, we can say he's about 50 feet, because let's say, a turn being 6 seconds, if the movement is 50 feet, that would give him enough time to soar about 50 feet up in the sky. So let's put him about here, kind of hovering above the river, just a little bit away from it, create a bit of distance from everyone else, and probably be about there, roughly.
Cool. And he also has Cure Wounds as a spell slot, but I don't know the ins and outs of Cure Wounds. Is that just a D8 or something?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he can use it on himself. A creature you touch regains 1d8 plus spellcasting modifier of health. Cool. I mean, he should have as well, just thinking out loud, because with all the spells, they've got like a spell level, but then when you cast it on a spell slot higher than that, you get extra perks.
Yeah.
So if he's got any level 2 spell slots, which it does, it would mean that he would actually get an extra d8. So you can roll 2d8 if you use it as a second level spell.
Cool. Yeah, we'll do that. So 2d8 plus his modifier of, I don't know, this is a level 3 character sheet, isn't it?
It'll be plus the wisdom, I think.
Plus wisdom is plus 2, according to this. So 2d8 plus 2. Where the fuck am I? This 2d8. Whoop, stop. 2d8 plus 2. So he rolls for 14 in total. So
Okay.
that's looking a bit better.
Cool. So he touches himself, not.
Oh, I need to know.
And he feels this sense of new life wash over him.
Oh, it's all better.
Ew, 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 ew.
It's by Mr. Snips. Pick that.
And yeah, I think that's all Tahr can do for now. I think he has. Or does he have an extra attack? I think he might actually. But he has an attack. He's used his action for his healing, so no, that's fine. Cool. Yeah, that's Tahr then. I think.
Okay. Ron is next.
Right. Ron's going to run his full 40 feet distance and try and sort of head to where Tahr originally is, but obviously that's quite far away. So
Yeah, I mean, you probably get to about. So Albran's run 25 feet. So you could probably, if you're going to make your way there, you could probably get to about here-ish.
all right.
A bit further to the right, maybe.
And then what's that? 10, 20, 30. Right, and I'm going to throw the cower at that bloke.
Okay.
Oh, God. 14 to hit?
That misses.
Shit. Goddamn. Yeah, that's me done.
Okay. Brodie.
Right, check it. Bonus action. I'm going to click my heels together like Dorothy from Ye Olde Wizard of Oz and activate my boots of speed to double my movement speed of 25 feet to 50. Will that get me to the first guy?
It will get you a little short. So Ron's got 40 feet movement, so that will put you to approx here.
Not a problem. I'm going to get as far as I can get, and then I'm going to whip out my hand axes. Go for a double throw at your man. But I'm going to do it in a different way. I'm going to use a maneuver to do a goading attack. So I got to roll to hit first of all.
Okay.
So first hand axe is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Wicked. And I'll just do the hit on the second hand axe as well. Is a 9. Presumably does not.
That does not. No.
Cool. So one of them hits. Gonna use my goading attack. Goading attack. Right, so I always have to remind myself going so here you can spell.
It's a wisdom save, right?
It is a wisdom save, yes. I think I saw Ron do this in the other game. I thought it's kind of cool. So you roll, and I'll tell you if you make the save. That's quite a nice little gem taken away from the latest upload.
That is 13.
Fail!
Shit! In your face!
In your face, DM! I mean, hunter person.
I'm going to DM, he'll kill you.
Cool. So that's fine. That means you have disadvantage on all attack rolls against targets other than me until the end of my next turn. And I also rolled a d8, which I got 2. So I hit for a 10 in total on this guy.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
So while this guy's on his knees nursing his wounds, as he's getting up, he feels this axe lodge itself into his chest and pierces the leather armor he's wearing. And he kind of goes like, "Oh!" as he grabs where it's hurt. And you can see some blood trickling down the armor now.
Yes.
Sorry, I just remembered I'm a level 5. I can do an extra attack. But I've thrown my hand axes, so I'm like, oh shit. So I think, oh, out of reach of great axe and battle axe. Oh, but so I whip out my pistol. That old bad boy from Iravan, Iravan's finest. And to hit, it is a 3. I'm not even going to try and save that. So, oh well, missed. And yeah, that's me.
Trying to fight from the hip. You weren't aiming.
So yeah, Debura.
So I'm going to go do my maximum speed of 30.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is going to be very clear. Oh, that will be. Okay, so put you about there.
Yep. I'm going to go Eldritch Blast. The guy who's already almost dead.
Mm-hmm.
Injured one. I don't want to go zoom anything.
BRB.
We have a 13 plus 8.
Yeah, 21 hits.
That's 1d10 plus 5. 7 plus 5, that's 12 damage.
Okay. So this blast shoots out, hits him right where the axe is, which hurts him doubly, and he lets out again a shout of pain as he grabs this area where not only is this large bladed weapon now embedded firmly in his chest, but where this ethereal energy has pierced him as well. He is looking pretty bad, but he still has a little bit of life left in him, so he's still going strong.
Cool.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, it's my turn.
Cool. So these guys are going to do a few things. So the one who has been beaten on is going to rush over to Brodie and whip out a longsword and desperately try and hit you with it. Which is more than likely going to be a miss because it's a 5 plus some other stuff.
Nice. Yes, miss.
He does get... No, I missed that with the first one, so I'll leave that. So the guy at the top is going to go around to where this commotion is coming from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go, that'll be enough. So he is going to run around to here. Now he can see what's going on, and he can see his friend engaged in combat with you. He is, as a bonus action, going to cast Hunter's Mark on you, on Brodie, which basically means that he's taken such aim that if he does manage to hit, he gets to do an extra d6 worth of damage. So he's going to, from a distance, fire with his longbow, which will be another miss, I presume, because that is only one better at 6 plus 4, so 10.
Indeed.
Okay, so he misses really badly. The other guy, who's at the far end, he will run over to where the unicorn is. And he starts to try, I mean, he obviously can't talk to animals, but he tries his best to try and calm the animal down with an animal handling check. So he rolled a 19. So you can kind of see out the corner of your eyes this third member of this group sneakily go over to where the unicorn is, and he kind of starts to grab onto it and starts to kind of rub it a certain way, don't get any ideas, and to whisper something towards it, and it starts to calm down just a little bit. Now, as he does so, here's an M. Night Shyamalan-like twist. He's right by this verge where the river is, and from out of nowhere, probably because of the sudden motion of him running towards this unicorn and all the commotion that's going on, there is a very, very, very large frog. So large that it's about 4 times as large as all you other dots, that jumps up from the river and attempts to swallow this guy.
Yes, we got a frog on our team.
Guess we're the same, Damien.
No.
So, let me see. He is going to try and swallow this guy. And he does.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what a way to go.
So you now have what you've just seen in this split instant is guy runs over to the unicorn, calms the unicorn down, although it wasn't super frantic anyway. And this giant, when I say giant, I'm talking like 20, 25 feet high, jumps from out of this riverbed and swallows this dude whole. He is still alive.
Oh, no.
He's slowly being digested within this frog's stomach. And
Suffocated.
I'm not going to tell you how much damage he deals, but I am going to roll just so I can keep track of everything.
I can hear on the dice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just going to roll this bucket of dice.
don't panic when you hear this, because the acoustics in this room are good.
Had at
All
least
D20s.
3.
Okay. 20, there we go. Okay, well, I mean, he's still alive. He's just very slowly being digested by this frog's juices in his stomach. As this happens, the unicorn does start to get very panicked, and it starts to run.
Understandable.
It goes kind of along, oh, wrong one. It goes kind of towards the river, like the shoreline of the river, for lack of a better word, and runs a little bit towards where you guys are, presumably seeing Tahr, recognizing someone that actually tried to comfort it. It runs towards that way.
This is good.
It is good.
And I think that is all that's going to happen for now. So it is Albran's turn again.
Right, I'm going to run along. I'm going to push past Debura and Ron and go along the coast now towards the unicorn.
Okay.
I'm getting freaked out by that frog. Circle's too big.
Yeah. And we're going to have to go with my farthest spell that I've got. And yeah, just because it's huge, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt again at level 2. Ooh, 21.
Who are you casting it at?
The frog.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, 21 hits.
Because it's got 120 foot range, which is why I'm using it. 5d6. 17.
Okay. So yeah, this bolt of energy streams towards it. It's a very easy target to hit because of its size. Hits it in the middle of the gut, and as it does so, it kind of lets out a burp.
Great.
But it's very stoic. It doesn't look too phased at all.
Awesome. And my bonus action, I'm going to cast my spiritual weapon. How far away am I from the frog?
Let's say about 60 feet roughly.
Great. Spiritual weapon's got a 60-foot range. Pow! Spiritual weapon at the frog.
Okay.
Where's the weapon? I want to go hear what one.
What should we create this time? We are going to create a baseball bat covered in barbed wire.
Okay, Mick.
Bang bang.
Would you prefer a steel chair?
Taboo.
Baseball bat covered in barbed wire. Question mark. I like it. And we're going to roll it to hit. Oof, not great. 17.
Still hits.
Yay! Fuck you, frog. Eat my barbed wire. 8.
Okay, cool.
When you said barbed wire, I thought Pamela Anderson was going to appear.
Oh, mate, what a terrible film that was. Worth watching, but not for the acting.
Yeah.
Good times.
And yeah, that's me.
Okay. Tahr's next.
Yes. He could probably do well to heal himself again. What do you guys think? Because he's still not fully up to.
You, mate.
He's still only one good hit away from death.
Yeah, so I think
I think he should just go up 50 feet. Then he's
Oh,
100
wow.
feet out of range if he's still at 50 feet.
Yeah,
No, he went down underneath the verge.
Oh,
The longbow.
I thought that was a good cover move, but you're right. If he goes out of range of the long, just fly away.
Yeah, just stand there like, yeah, whatever.
And the broom just stops working. Yeah.
Into the river, gone forever.
Well, I like the idea of getting some serious height eventually, but I think for the moment, I think maybe just one more heal would go well. So he's got 3 spell slots, I think, but it's tricky because the character sheet's still a bit out of date. Presumably, I can just do that same movement again. So just do another touch self with 2 d8s and a spell mod of 2. So he heals for another 10.
Okay.
I think
Love me.
for the moment we'll stay put. So yeah, it's just a holding round.
I don't want anybody else.
Yeah, we'll keep it there for now. So he's on 26 health, so looking better.
When I cause cold wounds, I touch myself up.
Nice. So yeah, Tahr is done.
Ah,
Yeah,
man. I need to create a weird bard.
You already made one called Garsnick.
No, he was far
He
too
wasn't
normal.
weird.
A weird one.
No weird ones.
Yeah, I made a weird bard.
Says the
No.
one who makes Mrs. Noggin. Yeah.
Mrs. Noggins the Bard.
No, I've actually got a bard.
Ooh.
Yes, I'd love to sing a song for you. It'd be great.
Just no use at all. Just. And what were we doing again, dear?
I'm not a talking sheep.
So disturbing.
dear. I fell in love with Mrs. Noggin. She was great.
I think she'd make a great villain. As would
Yeah.
Tahr.
That'd be a
I think
massive
Tahr and
plot
her
twist.
would be a duo. To,
Massive plot twist. Mrs. Noggin was a bad guy.
yeah, she's scary. Anyway, sorry, DM.
No, it's
Okay.
fine.
We're reminiscing about it. We're creating all these wonderful, memorable characters.
It's true. It's a positive divergence, but a divergence nonetheless.
Well, it's Ron's turn next.
Oh shit, son. So Ron's gonna run to the far geezer behind the tree,
Geezer.
and he's gonna do a spinning tornado kick into his head,
Oh shit!
which is an unarmed strike. Hang on. For 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, know that. Oh yeah, nice one. Fucking 4 damage,
Okay.
and then he's gonna go straight into. You know what I'm gonna say next. Flurry of blows, baby. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's 25 to hit. Let me just do. Should I do the hits first? Yeah. And then 20 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And damage. Was it 1d? Oh, okay. 6, 5. 14 damage, and I'm gonna knock him down. No, I'm not gonna knock him down. I'm going to stun this fool. So you got to roll Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 5.
Stunned.
I
So yeah, you're stunned. So the end of my next round, it lasts.
Okay. So he pretty much can't do anything, right?
He can't do anything now.
Okay, that's fine. Stunned. Cool. Okay. Brodie is next.
Cool. I am going to. I'm going to run towards. No, I'm going to stay put. Yeah, no, I'm going to stay put. I realise my hand axes. Would you mind just creating a little thing on the map just behind Ron where my hand axes may have fallen?
Yeah,
No,
my
no.
cow was there as well.
No, sorry, I threw it at the guy that's. Wait, I'm confused now. I threw it at the guy that I'm currently who's engaged me, so the hand axes are behind him.
Let's just say weapons are scattered around here. Right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, that'd be perfect. Thanks. Because I'll stay where I am for them. Will I? Yeah, I'll stay where I am. And I will just do a great axe attack. So no, I won't. I will do a battle. The fuck? I'm so confused. Oh yeah. So I've got a battle axe and a great axe. And yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, I'll do a great axe attack. Sorry. So to hit, it is a nat 20. So a total of
Nice.
27.
Hey.
Wow, been a while since I got one of those.
That's what we're talking about.
So that is 2 damage die. So we'll do. Oh shit! It did it for me. Wicked. You shitting me, blood? That doesn't really feel like a crit. Yeah, I won't use any of my specials. It hits for a 14, which is a bit disappointing.
Still okay?
Yeah, it's not like an all brand like 50. And I'll do an extra attack with my great axe again. Oh my god, I get another natural 20.
Wow.
So that's again 27 and rolling to hit, and I crit for 11.
No way.
Okay.
Again, quite disappointing. And yeah, I'll just stay there.
Well, do you know what? With those 2 attacks, it may not have been as powerful as you would have liked, but this guy, having taken quite a beating already, those 2 hit hard enough to finish him.
Yay.
So he has a couple of slashes with the axe across his chest. With this other axe embedded in his arm, it's all just too much for him. So he now collapses on the floor in a heap, dead.
Wahaha. Nice. Very happy.
And did you want to move now? You want to stay put, right?
Ooh. Yeah, actually, I'll do movement. I'll move over to my hand axes. I got to remember to pick those up, but I won't pick them up unless you're happy for me to do so as part of that movement.
You can do that as like a free action for now.
Cool. I guess I got my boots of speeding on, so it allows me the ability to pick things up quickly. But yeah, I'll pick up my hand axes and then I'll stay there for now.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Thanks.
So then Debura again.
Yep. With my movement, am I allowed to reach the enemy of one? Or will I be short?
Get right up in his face.
Yeah.
Let me see. 5, 10. Yeah, why not? Yeah, we can plonk you next to Ron. Say that you're in melee distance. Yeah.
Alright. And I'll go say, let's go try what this club can do, and I want to go use my club.
Okay.
That's a 17 plus 4.
Yeah, that hits.
So that's 1d4 plus 1. For 4 damage.
Okay. So you give him a mighty clout round the back of the head with this club, and he is. I mean, he's looking okay. So at the end of this round, he's looking all right. He is stunned, so he's very limited with what he can do, but he is looking a little bit frazzled, but still pretty healthy.
Cool.
Right. So
Who's next?
yeah, so start of the round. There isn't obviously much this guy up top can do because he is stunned. The frog, however, that's where it gets fun. So he launches himself into the air, super high, and he comes crashing down right about here. To almost kind of stop the frog, stop the unicorn from running away. In doing that, because it does weigh several tons, the reverberation from his landing causes Albran to get a bit off balance. So make a dexterity roll for me.
Please don't fall in the river.
Can't hear you all, Bran.
Your mic's gone, I think.
9.
9, okay.
9.
So even though you see it coming, you couldn't brace yourself quite enough for the impact that this would have. So you take...
No, dice. No, dice.
10 bludgeoning damage from the force of this crash on the ground from this giant creature. You aren't knocked prone or anything, so you're still standing. So there is that. But he does turn towards you, and he tries to wrap you with this large tongue of his that he has. So he reaches out, and he tries to envelop you with his tongue. 13 to hit.
No.
So you can see it coming, and so you just kind of, with your axe or hammer, you bat it away, and it retracts back into its mouth.
When the frog jumped out of the melee range of my spiritual weapon, did that get a swing?
Do what?
So when the frog jumped out of the melee range of my spiritual weapon,
Yeah.
does that get an opportunistic attack?
Does it normally? I don't know.
Well, it just counts as an attack.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let's retrospectively do that then. So if you want to do an opportunity attack, then as he leaps up, yeah.
17.
Okay. 17 will hit. So yeah, roll for damage for that one.
Woohoo! Oh, 8 again.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, we can say that he took some damage as he launched into the air. So that's cool.
Excellent.
That's more or less it. I need to roll for damage for this guy that's still in his gut. He's still alive.
Let's like see like hand like moving up from his gut.
So the frog opens his mouth and
Oh, that'd be amazing imagery.
8 hits as he opens his mouth.
This guy in his belly is like almost not even skin and bone, but almost bone now. So,
oh, still screaming.
yeah,
Fuck out.
still being slowly dissolved alive. So I'm actually not going to describe that because that's terrifying.
Oh, it's horrific.
But that's all this guy can do. So it's Albran's turn to retaliate.
Great. Fudge.
I'm really surprised that the unicorn has just been standing there the whole time.
Well,
What's going on?
the unicorn is now at the moment, because literally this frog came jumping and landed right in front of its path. It's kind of deer in the headlights at the moment. So if it gets to the next turn, it might try and run away, but we'll see.
It's frozen.
Yeah, frozen in fear, basically.
Right. As my spiritual weapon can't freaking catch up with the frog because it's got a maximum of a 20-foot move. So, but does that count as part of my movement? That's an interesting one.
I don't think so.
As a bonus action, you can move the weapon 20 feet. Right, okay, I don't want to do that. Okay, fuck the weapon. That can stay over there for the minute. Cool. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Great spell.
Sanctuary.
What's that from?
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
So I've cast Sanctuary on myself to try and help me with this fucking frog. And I'm going to hit the frog in the face with Inflict Wounds.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ. 16.
16 hits.
Oh, thanks for that. And that is 3d10. Ooh, 22.
Okay. Cool. Yes, that hits. How would because I suppose this is something we've never really looked at. How would inflict wounds look for you as a cleric?
So the inflict wounds, I cast it on the end of my hammer because it's a melee attack. I cast it on the end of my hammer, and my hammer resonates with black smog. And as I would swing it and club them around the head with it. So I cast inflict wound on the end of my hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And as the dark smoke, necromantic smoke, resonates from the end of my hammer, I swing it at the beast with a huge golf club of a swing.
Okay.
Swing better.
Cool. Okay. Why have I made that small? Then it's Tahr's turn again.
Could Tahr talk to the frog?
Hmm.
Ribbit,
You I'm going to have a look at something, and I will give you the answer to that.
I'd be interested to ask, because it would appear possibly that the frog leapt to the defense of the unicorn, although the unicorn's running away, so that's probably not likely. But just a chat.
You can try. I mean, generally, depending on the intelligence of the creature, you will get more or less out of it. The unicorns generally are quite intelligent. Other creatures, if they're not as intelligent, you might not get as much out of them.
Yeah, we could always try it for lulz.
Okay.
So yeah, Tahr just kind of very slowly sails up over the ridge of the ridge and looks over the ground and just says, "Hello, frog. We mean you no harm, other than Albran striking you. Do you defend the unicorn? We also mean the unicorn no harm."
And I suppose what he would do to that is very slowly turn towards Tahr and just say, "Unicorn is food."
Oh no! Oh no!
And then he asks, "You food?"
No, please.
Oh, don't give me gum.
No, please.
And he's just like, that's it.
Okay, cool. So it's on.
That's really good.
Fine.
Frog impression.
Yeah, I like how you blew out your cheeks. Very, very. Cool. Okay, that was Tahr's action, I think. So, he will do what we said we'd do from the start. He's gonna just fly up into the sky.
Well, after hearing, "Are you food?" Nope.
I ain't food, bitch. Just go all the way up and get a vantage point.
Would you say he's like 50 odd feet high now? 60 feet? Roughly?
Shit, I'm out.
And next move, he's just gonna fly further. It's all the way to the moon, and that's Tahr.
Okay. Ron.
Yeah, I just noticed something when I was looking at my player sheet, and it says actions in like it's hidden. It seems hidden, but it's right in front of you. It's actions, attacks per action 2. I've just noticed that.
Oh,
Right.
so you've been under attacking?
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah,
Just playing on hard mode again.
yeah, you know what I mean. Might even keep it that way.
Ain't a day like it.
Typical one. I
So-
could hit you, but I'm not.
So Ron's gonna sprint around this motherfucking tree, and he's gonna do a quadruple side backflip, and he's gonna jump onto the frog.
So, okay. So if you run away from this guy, it will invoke an opportunity attack.
Isn't he stunned still?
Is that-
Oh, no, wait. Your turn. You start until your turn.
is
It's stand until the end of Ron's turn.
Yeah.
Our end of it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it was the end of your next turn, not the end of like his turn, though.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay. So running.
Around the tree.
The thing is, you'll run and you'll use more or less most of your movement to run around. As an action, he is like 20, 25 feet high. So you can make
Oh,
an ability check to see if you've got the reserves to jump up on his back.
all right then.
But that would be your action.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So make a. Let's say make an acrobatics check.
You damn. Oh, shit. What was that? Nat 20 plus 6.
Nice.
Okay. So as you run around the tree and run and jump with as much strength as you can, what does happen is as you get within, say, 10 feet of this frog, it turns its attention to you, and like Albran, it darts its tongue out at you and makes an attack as a reaction. So, before anything, before you even jump to try and jump on, he is going to attack you for 20 to hit.
Yeah, yeah.
And a couple of things happen. So, you take 10 damage, and you are currently grappled by the tongue.
What about my nat 20?
I ain't Matt Mercer. Just because you roll 20, it doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Oh,
I ain't Matt Mercer.
The
That's
reaction,
our slogan.
the reaction would take
like that,
precedence.
motherfucker.
So it's like before you can even do anything, his tongue has like a 20-foot reach. So it would be that he reacts as he sees you coming towards. Had you succeeded in not being grappled, it's like if he hadn't hit you, then you would have been able to have done your jump.
All right then.
You can do at any point a strength saving throw to try and get out of this grapple. So if you have extra action, you can try and do that now, but then that would be the end of your turn as well.
Can I use a bonus action to disengage?
You grappled.
So? I get advantage on grapples, do I?
Hang
Wait a
on.
minute. No, that's if I'm grappling. All right, don't worry. Yeah, cool. So my action is a strength saving throw, yeah, which I can... No, I can't, because we clarified that on the last one. I can't substitute strength for dexterity. Or the other way around, whatever. Right, yeah. 11 strength, but clearly that's not going to be...
No, so you try and break out of this, but the frog has got such a tight grip on you that you are still restrained by it.
Shit. I've got nothing else.
Okay. Then we'll move on to Brodie.
Cool. I'd like to just open up a dialogue with this hunter that's nearby.
Right.
And I'd like to say, your friend is slowly dissolving inside the frog. Hear his screams. That'll be you soon, unless you side with us against the monster. What say you?
Make a persuasion check.
Goddamn. A 4.
He thinks about it for a split second, but then he says, I would rather die than side with the likes of you people. I'm here for my king and my king alone.
He knows nothing about us.
A follow-up, if I may. Who is your king?
My king is an elven lord, and he wishes to have this beast.
Yeah, interesting. Well, yeah, there's like 5 of us left or whatever, so you're not going to get it. And go in with another... Oh, no, I've got my hand axes back, so I'll go in with a hand axe attack. Oh, no, sorry, I have a battle axe. 1 battle axe and a hand axe, so I'll go for the battle axe attack. And that is an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Cool, I'll go for my hand axe hit as well, and that's a 12 to hit. So presumably that doesn't.
That one doesn't, no.
No. And so damage on my battle axe is a 12.
Okay.
And that's actually no, fuck it. I'll do a no, sorry, I get 2 attacks anyway. So I'll go again. To hit with my battle axe is a 23, wicked.
Yeah.
And to hit with my hand axe is a 12 again. That's unusual. So one hit. So battle axe hits for 9.
Yeah, 9 points of damage.
Still standing, I take it.
Yeah, he's still looking pretty strong,
Okay.
despite everything. Yeah.
Okay, I will do 1 action surge to do another set of attacks. And it does say attacks per action too, like Ron just pointed out, Dan just pointed out. So I wonder if would that get me 2 attacks rather than just 1?
Yes. So
So
when
I
you
can do 4
perform an
attacks
action,
total.
when you perform an action, so it gives you an extra action. So your action is 2 attacks.
Cool, wicked. Alrighty, so I'll go for all of this again. So battle axe to hit is 21.
Yeah.
And hand axe to hit is 20. Sorry, I rolled my great axe, but that was a roll of 18. So plus 7, yeah, 25. So yeah, that's all good. So that's double hits from both the battle axe and the hand axe, with a total hit damage of 13 from the battle axe and hand axe combined.
Okay.
And then I'll do another attack again with the battle axe and hand axe. So battle axe hits for 10, so miss, but the hand axe hits for 25.
Okay.
And the hand axe damage is a 5.
Okay.
And that's me done. I'm going to stay put.
Okay. That was all like done melee distance, right? I didn't.
Oh yeah, I didn't move. Whoops, my bad. I would have moved beforehand then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would have moved into range. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean, he's sore and he's not looking great, but he's still got a little bit of fight left in him. And it's Debura's turn next.
As I'm melee range, I would like to cast Poison Spray. You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
19.
Alright, that saves and I do nothing.
Okay.
No, it doesn't do half damage.
Poison Spray, no. If it must succeed on the Constitution saving throw or take
Half damage.
No half damage.
Really?
Poison Spray, nothing.
Oh, I've been cheating there.
Just going to take a quick pee.
Okay.
So that's my turn.
Yeah. Cool. What am I gonna do? So let's say the guy that's still in combat with Brodie and Debura, he still is going. He is going to. He's gone, hasn't he? I was going to ask, is he the one that he did a goading attack on, or was it the one that's already dead? I think it was the other one.
The dead one was the gold
Yeah.
attack.
Okay. I am. I'm going to leave him be for a second. I'll have a think about that. So, at the moment, the frog has got Ron in his tongue. Let me just see how this works.
Oh God, this could be the end.
The end is near.
Right.
This could be the end again.
It's nice knowing you. And your character.
Sounds so sincere.
Maybe just your luck, won't it? All your characters that you work so hard on. That gonna be a memorial, and then.
What it does is, as it's grappled in, or as you're grappled in its tongue, it pulls you 20 feet towards it, or up to 20 feet towards it. So we can say that you are now more or less right here. And it is going to try and bite you.
Nom, 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 nom.
Which is 13.
Miss.
So you can see as you get closer, its huge jaws open up and go to take a bite, but you just enough strength to kind of take a half step backwards, and it doesn't get you with the attack. You are still grappled, which may doing another strength check when it's your turn to try and get out of it. But that's all it's going to do. With the guy who is at the top, I mean, I'll keep it even and do a roll to see who it hits. So the guy at the top will try and hit Brodie for being so rude as to try and reason with him in this situation. So he takes out a long sword, tries to hit for 15. So that misses, clangs off of one of his axes and gets parried, and that is all I can do with my lot.
What's the
hello?
status on the unicorn?
Sorry, guys. Before we go any further, missed attack there allows me to use a counter strike with one of my maneuvers, which is riposte. Do I have that? Riposte? How do you say that?
Post.
Post. Yeah. Reaction attack if attacking misses you with melee. Yes. Cool. So I just do a regular attack. So I'll come in with the riposte. So that's battle axe hits for 22, and presumably I can do my usual double two-handed attack.
Don't know. Two-handed attack.
Sorry. So so as in my dual wielding, so my battle axe and my hand axe. So pretty much my standard attack.
I'll have a look because
As well.
It's
Let's have a look. Player's handbook.
So when a creature misses, you can use your reaction, spend the superiority die, make a melee weapon attack against the creature. So when you use your two attacks,
Two weapon.
clear. I would think it would just be one attack because it's like the equivalent to reaction with some extra damage from the superiority die.
Okay. So if ever I make a reaction in the future, it would be just one weapon attack.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. No worries. So yeah, battle axe is 22 to hit. So gets him good. And it is a 3 plus a it's plus a D8, isn't it? Check. Yes. Cool. D8. So that is damage, total damage for 10. And cool, that's my reaction. Sweet.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, it was my lot's turn anyway. I have done all I can do, I think. So Albran's turn.
Great. While we're on the subject of poison spray, because I've just done a bit of a read up. All that time that Jeff was whipping out his penis and spraying everybody with wee, poison spray is a gas.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He extends their hand towards the creature and projects a puff of noxious gas.
Well,
fairness, that's wrongly named. It should be Poison Puff or something,
yeah.
rather than Poison
Yeah.
Spray.
I
I think.
just thought I'd chime in with that as I was reading up on it.
Sorry to ruin your.
It's a misnomer.
That's all right. I'll just
All that
well,
fun you
doesn't
did.
matter because Jeff's dead. So
I know.
R.I.P. Save Jeff.
Just so you know, I'm heartbroken. I am.
yeah, I know you are. Yeah.
Still struggling, crying
Right,
at night.
anyway, yes. Right, Angry Dwarf, Giant Frog. Out of spell slots. Yeah, I do. You right. Yeah, right. I would like to rage.
Oh yeah.
You are.
And I ain't gonna fucking hit this big old frog with my big hammer because I can. Aha! With my rage, 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Very nice. And with my battling, oh, that's crap. 11.
Pardon me.
Okay. So while he's distracted with trying to swallow Ron, you take advantage, you manage to hit him, and you can hear another kind of as you hit him. As you do, you see these skeletal remains fly out from his mouth and land
Ooh.
feet away from Ron. And there's some kind of steam and horrible guttural, like acidy smell coming from what is left of this body.
Oh shit, man, that's nasty. God damn, get me out of here.
Yeah. Ew. Yeah, and that's me.
Okay. Tahr is next.
Oh.
Stop talking to the damn thing and kill it.
Yeah.
Yes, I should probably take some action here.
So I'm going to fly up even higher.
I was gonna say that.
Further away from the
Yeah,
conflict.
where the hell
from
did
the
that
battle.
guy go?
50 feet further into the air. And then I'm going to see if I can shoot with my rifle. Because I think it has reasonable range. He hasn't got it on here, I don't think.
No, he hasn't updated the shit. I've offered a few times, but we just never have our schedules never mesh. So,
Yeah.
but rifle is oh come on, you bastard!
Bren, if you make it this far into it, update your sheet.
The rifle's range
Dude's busy.
80 feet. Goes beyond 80 feet, you roll with disadvantage to attack.
Okay, that's fine. Actually, to be honest, he doesn't need to go higher than 80 feet because the guys are occupied, so he can take pop shots. So he'll go to about range distance, and then he'll start taking shots with the rifle. For which I have no idea what I'm using. Is that the?
So just roll your d20 first and add the dex to see if it hits.
Oh right, yeah, sure. It's a strong dex. Presuming it's a +2 for dex, or is that +3?
Yeah, I was confused. I've been saying +2.
Okay. So that's an 18.
Okay.
Which I'm shooting at the frog.
Yeah. So the attack will hit. So it's 2d10 and then plus the dex for the damage.
Wow, 2d10. That's all right.
Good.
Okay. It hits for 11.
Okay.
Way to go, Tahr. And that's all he'll do for now. Wait, no, sorry. He gets a second attack, doesn't he? Gets an extra.
Yeah, rangers get extra attack, so he can do another shot if he wants to.
Yeah, we'll do another one. So that is that hits for 16.
Okay, that's true.
And that's it's Tahr done.
The 16 hits, so you can roll for damage.
Oh, sorry, I went for damage straight away. My bad. So it was a 16 hit. Did he get it? No,
Yeah.
he rolled an 8. So it was a great hit, great damage, but no hit.
So so to hit was 8.
Yeah, so what I did is I took what I rolled for damage and put that to one side, and then I actually rolled to hit an 8.
Oh, okay.
So I did it the other way around, thinking it might work out in our favor, but it didn't.
No, 8 doesn't hit if that's what you rolled to hit.
Yeah, fair enough. And that is Tahr over and done.
Okay. So Ron is next, still wrapped up in this tongue. So kind of like grappled still at the moment, struggling to get free. So you can do another strength check to get out there.
Is that all I can do? I
At
can't.
the moment, yeah.
You serious? 8.
Okay. Yeah, it's still got you wrapped up. Because you get extra attack, I will let you do another strength check.
Thank you. Oh. 10. Goddamn, so weak.
Whether it be the fatigue or whether it be this sight of this dead body that's fallen by your ankles, you're not able to muster quite enough strength to break out of this creature's tongue that's enveloped you. So you are still there by its giant maw, just kind of trying to get out desperately, but you're not making any headway just yet.
James is like, yes, yes. Not healing anything.
I mean, that will be more or less all that you can do, I think, for this turn.
Yeah.
So it will be Brodie's turn again.
Well, is there any way, sorry, before we move on, is there any way I can just like use patient defense so then attacks have disadvantage on me? Or because I'm grappled, I can't do that? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, when you're grappled, I suppose, because you're kind of so restrained, your main focus is on trying to break out of this grapple.
Yeah.
So I suppose, patient defense is more of your kind of, you're free and you can anticipate what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to just talk to this guy again and be like, are you sure you can't, just stop and join us and perhaps parlay and we can just, fight this frog and then have a chat? Do you want me to roll another, was that persuasion I did last time?
Yeah, you can do another attempt, yeah.
Cute. Ooh, gets a 15 this time. Respectable.
15, okay. So he is bruised and bloody and very, very sore. He's kind of clutching his side and breathing heavily. And he kind of takes a look at the two of you that are engaged with him currently. And he kind of has a quick look around the tree to just about see what's going on. And he sees his friend there on the floor, what's left of him. And heavily breathing, he says, "For now, I will help. But no promises once this creature is beaten."
Cool. Alrighty. So you don't have to worry about him.
Got him on your side for now.
Cool. I take it, was that an action?
Mm-hmm.
To persuade him. Okay, cool. Alrighty. I give him a wink. Welcome to the team. We'll get you signed up shortly. And then I leg it over toward the frog. Obviously not doing any attack, but with my boots of speed, I run hastily just over to kind of where Ron is, ready to try and help him get out of that frog hold. And that's my turn.
Okay. Then Debura is next.
After hearing that he's temporarily on our side, I will keep my eye on him, but make my way to the big frog.
I cast Eldritch Blast.
So when you say make your way to him, how
I
close
surrender.
do you ideally want to try and get to?
Like behind Albran.
Oh, so you're going that way. Okay.
Going back that way.
Yeah. Okay.
And hell, I'll go try to do chilling touch. So I'll breathe in and fire out a cold beam out of my mouth.
Okay.
There's a 19 plus other.
Yeah, that's enough.
So that's a 2d8.
Nothing like 19 plus stuff.
7. That is 14 cold damage. Oh, is that, yeah, necrotic, sorry.
Okay. Okay. So with that, because it's now the kind of end of turn 4, I believe, or 3, you can see that this frog is now, he's not giving much away as far as how injured he is, but you can start to see that he is looking pretty banged up. Most of you are within kind of 10, 15 feet of where he is, and you can see that he's definitely looking like he's slowly been broken down over the last few moments. So pretty certain, not 100%, but pretty certain that it won't be too much longer. If you keep hammering away, then very soon you may be able to take him down. Now, this unicorn has kind of all of a sudden gotten her senses back, and she's now really startled that everyone is so close by that she does use this opportunity now that the frog's completely distracted to try and run as far away as possible. So it gets to about here. I'll do something with this guy. So he will run around to where everyone else is, and he will try and shoot this frog with his longbow. For a 6. So he obviously didn't take very good aim. So he runs around and kind of pulls the bow out very quickly, and kind of and it just kind of flies off and misses him completely. The frog is going to try and bite Ron a second time, as he's still got him tangled up in this tongue of his. And he's going to get 21 to hit.
Yeah.
So this is going to do... the math is atrocious. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 damage. And you're still kind of grappled, but you're kind of in his mouth this time.
Oh, no.
Not quite swallowed, but you're kind of within his palate. You're getting a taste.
Hey, Ron.
Help me, motherfucker! Help me! God damn, I don't know my fucking mouth.
That's all he's going to do. So it's Albran's turn.
I almost don't want to help.
Really?
It's not Jeff.
Really?
It's Ron.
Shit is so shocking. You either hate him or love him, you know? So it's no in between.
Oh, all right. And while I'm raging and etc., I'll shall I? Don't know.
Nah, just do whatever you feel is right.
Hang on, I'm just checking something.
Would the world be better without Ron?
You don't want me to answer that.
Interesting.
Yeah, all right. We're gonna go in. We're gonna go in reckless. So, did they give me better? 27 to hit.
Yeah, not bad.
Well, actually, it would have been 29 to hit with the rage.
Damn.
And the attack is 12.
Okay.
Bonus actions have I got other than rage? Nothing. My spiritual weapon. My spiritual weapon is still more than 20 feet away, isn't it? So I can't do fuck all with it.
Don't you have frenzy?
No, not yet, because I'm only 2-level barbarian.
Oh.
I get frenzy at level 3.
Mm.
Yeah, my only bonus action that I've still got on the field is my spiritual weapon. Unless I can, yeah, fucking want for a bonus action. I'll move that 20 foot towards the frog.
Okay.
Just because I can.
Yeah.
So it's an extra attack the next turn, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a little bit closer now. So no movement, and it would be able to hit him. So that's cool.
Yeah. Well, that'll do me then.
Pardon me.
That's me done.
Then it's Tahr's turn.
Cool. So we're up way
Tahr
high with
now.
Tahr. Tahr can just do some more shots. I think we'll just do some. Keep that range sniping going on. So with the so okay. So roll to hit with the rifle is a 2 was the roll. So I think plus dex is another 2. So a total of 4.
4 is a miss.
And the second attack is a 12.
12 is also a miss.
Back to standard Tahr.
Okay.
And he sits tight. He'll stay put that in.
Okay. Run.
What strength saving throw? Yeah, or yeah.
Yeah, try that again.
Hang on, let me look at my bonus. Oh shit, go away. So first one is a 10, and then no, it's not. What am I talking about? It's a 13.
Okay. On a 13, you feel, now that you're in this creature's mouth, a sudden rush of adrenaline, and you're just like, I ain't going down like that. And you just grab the frog's mouth from the inside and you pry it open as much as you can. It's almost immovable, but you manage to just about get a hole small enough that you can just kind of squeeze yourself through. So you are now out of the frog's mouth and not restrained.
Okay, so awesome. Yeah, flurry of blows, baby. That is a 14 on the first one and a 22 on the second.
Okay.
Oh.
First one misses, but second one does hit.
Okay. 7 damage, and then I'm gonna disengage with Step of the Wind, and I'm going to remove myself from the situation. I'm going to run back, sort of diagonally up to the top right. Oh no, over to the unicorn actually. Sorry. And with that, one of those flurry of blows that I hit as well, give me a... Oh, shit, was it? I'm going to go for... Fucking hell, where is it? I'm going to try and knock this frog prone, even though it's on its belly. Is that something I can do anyway?
because of the size of it, because it is classified as huge, you can normally only knock something the same size or a size larger prone.
All right. Okay. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Brodie.
Now that Ron is out, I kind of want to, like, did you say this frog is 25 feet high?
It's pretty big, yeah.
I take it it's not possible for me to, like, jump on top of the frog. Would that be a bit too much?
Yeah, I mean, it's if it was a little bit smaller, possibly. I mean, you can certainly have a go at it, but it's still going to be tricky.
Okay. How about this tree over here? I take it that tree's probably maybe a bit higher than the frog.
It's bigger, definitely.
What say you to me chopping this tree down and dropping it on the frog?
Oh, it's a great idea.
Lumberjack style.
Yes.
It is a pretty thick trunk. I mean, the tree itself is like triple the size of the frog in height, maybe even quadruple. It's pretty big. And the trunk is pretty wide. So it would take a few very well shots to actually topple it over.
Okay, so I'd have to do it over a series of turns then.
Multiple nat 20s.
You almost certainly wouldn't do it within one turn.
Okay, no, that's fine. Can I climb the tree then and just get a little bit higher than the frog? I really want to jump on this frog. It's like my big goal. So I'd like to climb the tree if I may.
Yeah, that should be okay. I mean, you're kind of outside of melee range just about, so you can scramble up. Climbing speed is something we haven't really done much with up until this point. It is slightly different from your normal walking speed. So what that would mean is you can definitely start to clamber up it while the frog's somewhat distracted. Climbing speed. So while climbing, each foot of movement costs 1 extra foot. So essentially, it's like you would move half the distance. So if your walking speed is 25 feet, that means you'd get about 12, 13 feet up by climbing the tree.
I've got my boots of speed at the moment. Do you think that would maybe speed up my climbing a bit?
Yeah, well, I mean, so that doubles your speed, right?
Yeah.
So you would just about be able to climb up about 25 feet up.
Cool. Would that be the action then, or can I do an action still, or is that just considered movement?
So technically it's movement. So you did have an action like, I don't know, if you wanted to try and jump on the frog from there, then you can.
Yeah, I'd like to jump on the frog, please.
Okay. So, let's say you're kind of halfway off the ground.
I was thinking athletics.
Yeah, I think that's slightly more athletics than acrobatics.
Yes.
It's like attempt to climb a sheer cliff or slippery slope. And, yeah. Okay. Yeah, go for athletics.
Yay! 17.
Okay. With a 17, you jump from the tree and you manage to just about cling on to it. It's very slippery, the back of the frog, because it has, certain texture to its skin. So you're not quite sure how long you would be able to hang on for, but you are just about clinging onto it.
Cool. That's my goal achieved. I have no other actions to use, so I guess I'll just stay up here until my next go and hit him.
Okay.
So I've mounted the frog, FYI. Successfully mounted.
Nice.
Okay, that needs to be rebirded.
So let me, just so I remember, plonk you here.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like.
Managed to do what Rodden couldn't with the nat 20. +6. 26.
If you'd avoided that tongue, you probably would have been able to have done it. Reaction attack being what it was. Let me see. So that's your go. Debura's go again then, and then that'll be the end of this turn.
Yep. First one's first, but oh well. I'm gonna go try Eldritch Blast it.
Yes.
For a nat 20.
Yes.
Nice.
That's 2d10 plus 5. Oh no, that's double. I think I'll do it too.
Mm.
So that's 4d10 plus 5.
Damn.
10. 2. 9. 2. 14 plus 9. That's 23 plus the 5. That's 28 of force damage.
Okay. Sorry, Brodie. Debura, talk us through how you do it.
So normally I use it with one hand, but with this chance, because it's so huge, I use both my arms to conjure this massive orb of like blackish reddish energy, and just aim for it. You know, that neck when it like normally croaks. So I'll aim for like below the aim for that with this massive orb of
Scarlet.
yeah, it's got it, yeah.
Hadouken!
You can say like an Adorkin.
Mm. So as this energy basically hits him right below the throat, he lets out one last kind of croak and explodes in a frog explosion, and bits and pieces of everything go. Just kind of plaster each of you, and Brodie unfortunately falls to the ground, very disappointed. But Ron feels a little bit vindicated because he didn't get to ride the frog, but neither did Brodie.
And in doing so, you can see like the frog soul come to me.
Oh.
Okay.
Captured his soul
And
as a plaything.
No, because it heals me up for temporary 10 hit points.
All right.
Ah, cool. Cool. And I'm just covered in frog guts.
I pat Brodie on the shoulder and said, I'm sorry to destroy your plaything.
I'm glad I was out of range there.
This has never happened to me before.
But that's combat. So you guys in this clearing with Unicorn is still a little bit kind of jumpy. The last 30, 40 seconds have been very chaotic and very messy. So it doesn't quite know what's going on. This other hunter, this elven hunter, is kind of now there standing around. He's kind of dropped his weapon. Now the frog has died. He's kind of honored what he said to you before, and he isn't going to retaliate just yet. So it's up to you guys what you want to do from here.
Brodie draws his pistol and points it at the hunter.
Oh shit.
Oh shit! Like, who are you? What was the name of your elven lord? And why do you seek the unicorn?
I'd like to grapple the unicorn.
Okay.
Simultaneous actions.
Let's do that first. So if you roll a check against it.
Oh, we didn't. All right. All right. What check am I doing?
Just like a grapple check, so like a strength check. So it's like whoever gets the highest wins.
19.
Okay. Well, you definitely win because I rolled half of that. So you kind of approach it, try and reassure it, but you can see it's still a little bit jumpy. And then fast as lightning, you kind of grab hold of it, jump onto it, manage to wrestle it down to the ground. And while you've got it kind of, grappled tight, after a short while, it does start to calm down a little bit. It's still very wary, but it isn't struggling like it did a moment ago. So you have got it grappled and on the floor for now.
You're mine now, bitch.
Funny how it's a black unicorn. Eh? It's meant to be.
Whilst this is going on, with Brodie pulling out his pistol, this hunter, he has kind of honored what he said. So he says, my lord is called Valen, and he too seeks this unicorn for the purpose of, if nothing else, getting one up over Faerith, who I assume is the one that you were trying to assist with capturing this unicorn.
That may be correct. Is Valen in conflict with Faerith and her people?
They have a very friendly rivalry, so to speak. They're always trying to one-up each other. The lords and the ladies of this place, they tend to always try and compete because there are so many. It's either jewelry or money or possessions. What one has, the other one wants. So it was really a case of whoever got to her first would be seen as the superior amongst the two.
Well, let me ask you a question. You told me it was a friendly rivalry, right?
It's putting it mildly, correct.
You said friendly, right? So the first thing you fucking did in the friendly rivalry was fire an arrow at my friend. Fuck you, guiding bolt.
Oh, wow.
More questions.
I understand his frustration. I understand.
Well, roll for attack then.
It's my last spell
happened.
slot. I was saving it just in case. Yes. Fuck you. Ah, you're joking. Not 20.
Well, yeah,
Have 8d6 of damage, bitch. 33.
it's like
Fuck you know.
complete overkill at this stage. So you're just like, I ain't having that shit, and just fire it off at him, and just he evaporates from everything.
Damn it, Albran, we had questions to ask.
Friendly my fucking ass.
Right on, brother.
I know, but we could have got some good intel there. Now we lost it.
Now we just hate next.
Brodie, I asked a quick question. What intel do we need? See that thing over there, right, with the green mane and the black fur, right? That's a unicorn. We got to take that back, get Bo, right? We're fucking done. We don't need nothing else from here.
But he said, you know, there are more lords and ladies in this world. How many kings and queens are out there? We may have to come back to this plane sometime. Perhaps not for Ashtarak, but Broken Jar Investigations may have a stake in this world at some point.
Well, at the
More
moment, we've got
information,
like
yeah.
48 hours to stop Astaraak from coming and setting on his throne of blood. So we've got to, we've got to. Pow, 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 pow.
I know, but I wasn't going to take the guy out for dinner and anything. I just wanted to ask a few more questions.
Goddamn,
Yeah,
someone gonna help me hold down this goddamn unicorn, motherfucker.
Oh, you got it, Ron. It's all right. Carry on.
Yeah, you look all right, Ron.
Fucking hanging out with 7 HP.
What do we do? Right. So, okay.
All right, yeah.
Mr. or Mrs. Unicorn, it's okay. Calm down. We've got rid of the bad men. It's all right.
It is pretty calm at this stage. Now that it's a bit confused more than anything, but it is calm. Now it's been restrained by Ron. I mean, Tahr does still have speak with animals in place. And it will also be a case that to escort the unicorn back, it would be whoever gets the highest animal handling check that would be in charge of looking after it on the way back.
Ooh.
Or is that like a competition between us then?
Right.
Yay! I got a +3. So guess what? I rolled 4.
I rolled a 3. I have a -2, so I got 1.
Whoa, I'm winning.
I've got a 13 on animal handling.
Ruins it. Boo.
Jealousy's an ugly thing.
Tahr should win this.
Yeah. He got a 5.
Okay, there you go. Ron, what's your animal handling?
Yeah, I got a 5.
Debura is.
So it looks like the teething's gonna go.
So after a short while, once the unicorn is fully calmed down, Debura, being a little bit more level-headed than most, takes the reins, figuratively, because he doesn't have any reins, and escorts the unicorn back along with the rest of you. Having gone the route you did, and with Ron being so proficient with his survival ability and understanding how to track and make his way through nature, you all do manage to find your way back to the city relatively easily. It doesn't take too long. You kind of just basically go back on yourselves and find your way through. And you come back to the city, make your way back to where this queen is, and she's still engaged in conversation with Rilavan. It looks at this point that he's kind of humouring her with his responses and with his with his kind of mannerisms. And as he kind of sees all of you coming from around the corner, being escorted by a couple of guards just to make sure, he kind of breathes a very visual sigh of relief. And he's, "Oh, my friends, you have succeeded. Congratulations." And the queen, seeing this unicorn, her face lights up. She jumps up. She does a little bit of a dance. And she rushes over and she just kind of almost like manhandles the unicorn in excitement, like kind of grabs it around the neck, tries to kind of jump up onto it without any help or any stirrups or anything. And the unicorn just kind of gives a look as if, "What the fuck?" and kind of takes a step or two back. And she just kind of looks at you all and says, "Oh, thank you. You don't understand what this means. My menagerie is now complete, and I can confidently go around and say I have a full set of unicorns. So thank you so much."
Shit, the hell do you goddamn menagerie? Give us a goddamn bowl, man. Bitch.
All right. All right. Touchy. Jesus. Right. And she kind of signals to a guard that's kind of within the general vicinity of the throne she was sitting on. He disappears for a couple of moments behind the scenes, presumably into one of these large, tall towers, and comes back with, in his hands, this large golden bow, which looks to be incredibly ornately crafted. It has lots of markings on the actual bow itself, and the string to the bow looks to be very finely woven into the actual body of it itself. And it has some feathers and some leaves kind of at either end of the bow itself for decoration, if nothing else. And she kind of motions to the guards to hand the bow over and says, well, like I said, I wasn't really using it too much, so I don't need it. You can have it. Almost like bitterly, as if she didn't really expect she'd have to give it away, but she does honour the commitment. And she's like, I don't need it. You can take it, do what you want with it. It's fine. I've got my unicorn now, so I'm happy. So you can all go when you're ready. That's fine. You can go.
Thank you.
Can I go talk to Reborn? Do you guys say, does he want to come with us, or is he gonna stay? Because we got that moon cell for 1 trip in, 1 trip out.
Oh yeah.
I think he would like nothing better than to come with you. Seeing you guys, he was very relieved, not just that you made it, but the fact that he could be relieved from entertaining this elf. So no question, he does come with you. He bids his farewell to Faerith, and likewise she kind of gives almost like an overly exuberant wave to all six. All six of you as you kind of make your way out of the city. And Relevant says, "Oh,
as we're walking out, just out of annoyance, I just sort of touch a load of stuff on the way out and cast light on everything. Just
More Jeff.
Just kind of like, you sort of run your hand along a fence and just, I just cast light on loads of shit.
A light on one of the guards' faces. Why? Why me?
I don't get paid enough on this shit.
It's stupid, rude, bitch, put up with all of this. Just fucking touch.
Rilevon says, as you're leaving and making your way back towards the plateau which you came from, he says, "How did you do it? How did you find it? I didn't think it was possible. I had faith in you, but it seemed like a very difficult task, and I'm surprised you did it so quickly."
Ron almost got eaten by a frog.
Yeah, shit, man. That be reminding me of that.
Oh.
Nightmares for ages, that frog would give Ron.
Ron's
The way he was in his mouth, looking right down his gullet. And after seeing those bones come out of that other fella, because they wanted the unicorn as well for some other bastard king, and he didn't fucking get him though, did they? But Ron had nightmares for ages looking down that frog's throat. You can imagine it, just like, Ron, tell him about what it was like being stuck in that frog's mouth.
Ah, shit. Nah, goddamn, man. I can't, man.
Yeah, I told you, Ron's gonna have nightmares about that for ages, and I'm not gonna stop reminding him because I thought it was funny.
Yes, this treacherous place indeed. I do not envy you for being inside a frog.
That sounded more sexual than anything else. I was inside a frog.
Fucking motherfucker fucked up my afro and everything.
Oh, Ron, I can sort out the afro for you. No problems. Come here.
Here we go.
No, Ron runs off. 40 feet.
That one off.
Oh, man. Pat, light.
So you, without any issue, you kind of get led through the city towards where you came from in this small area where this stone plateau is. You do the thing by placing the stone that you were given by Wanda onto the top, like you did previously, and you get a similar sort of sensation where everything starts to go black gradually. You start to feel this rush, this surge through your body, this sense of unease and just general feeling unwell as you feel like you're thrown hundreds of miles an hour through nothingness. And after a short while or two, you do get your senses back. You start to see everything around you again. And this time, everything looks a lot more safe because you can see that you are back in the woods, just outside of the town that you started out the session on. And you start to kind of breathe everything in, and you can smell the pine, you can hear the birds off in the distance, and you can start to feel a bit more comfortable that now that you are back at home. And what you see is the stone that was placed on the floor has now crumbled into pieces. So true to her words, she said, one trip in, one trip out. It's now completely broken apart and looks to be of pretty much no use to you. So Rilevon, once you've all kind of gotten yourselves back together, he motions, takes you through to the city, or to the town, I should say, where Wanda is situated. And the odd thing, the thing that you see immediately, you're kind of a bit taken back on, is as you approach the back end of the tent, you can see Wanda, Gregory, and his companions leaving the tent. And Gregory turns towards all of you and says, "Oh, well, changed your mind, did you?"
And fuck you, Gregory. God damn.
It seems that we have changed our mind.
So you decided not to go then?
What are you talking about, Git? We done, we come back. What the fuck you been up to?
Well, you've only been gone, and he pulls his like pocket watch out. You've been gone for 3 minutes, gents.
Shit.
Well, that's longer than I've heard that you last. Oh dear, sorry.
Well,
God. Damn.
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 Is what I say.
Yeah. So you
Maybe
Yeah.
a little more.
you ain't been out killing no goddamn werewolves?
So yeah, so we've only been gone for 3 minutes, right? That means that the whole
Shit,
thing-
man.
Shit, man.
If we'd known about time dilation before we went in there, we could have, you know.
Well, we did know the time dilation, but we didn't know how long it was going to take, whether it was going to go in there and last a year, a month, a week, an hour, or if it go backwards.
Ain't nobody say nothing about time dilation.
I don't remember the conversation
Anyway,
about time dilation.
Anyway,
I remember the conversation, DM. It's all right. I remember it being
Tahr,
part of
please.
it.
and he's the archer or ranger.
I didn't catch a word of that. You're talking. Someone else was talking over you.
Who's got the
I've
bow?
got-
Should we give it to Tahr? Will it make a difference? Probably not. He can't hit buckle. I'm sorry, Brent.
He's got so much equipment already.
If so, then I'll go keep the bow. Or if anyone
Oh.
else will use it.
I left my Ikawa in the other place.
Oh,
No!
shit!
No! No! Oh, man.
Ron, I'm going to let you into a secret, mate. We can't go back.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's painful.
Oh, God damn. My daddy gave me that. No, wait, his daddy's fucking Mandingo. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. My mama gave me that goddamn thing. Never mind.
Sad, sad
That's
story.
gone.
Well, Wanda, kind of overhearing everything, kind of turns to you and says, "Well, we didn't know exactly how long you'd be gone for, but obviously now that you've experienced it for yourselves, you can see that time does change differently. when you're in the Feywild. And I suppose you can count yourselves lucky. There have been all sorts of tales of people coming back and coming back even before they were born and meeting their parents in their youth. So it could have been a lot worse. It could have been worse than that. You could have come back and this place could have been in complete chaos. So count yourselves lucky. I take it you got the bow with
Hell yeah.
That we did wonder, but unfortunately, poor old Ron, other than just having a nightmare of a time almost getting eaten by a frog, he left his Akawa behind. I don't suppose you've got something that he could borrow, do you? You know?
Nah, it's cool. I got that ebony flail.
I know, but you like your Akawa, and maybe she got something knocking around for you. I wouldn't want you to be all left out there. And, you know, your mama boy for you. And I thought it'd be nice if I asked to see if I could get you another one.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it,
Right.
brother.
we can certainly ask around town, and someone might have something that will satisfy. So we can attend to that shortly. I think one thing that is crucial to know is now that you have these 3 items, exactly what to do with them.
Well, that would be nice, yeah.
What were the 3 items again?
I got my
Well,
amulet, the sword,
As I
and the
put
bow.
it,
So yeah, there's the amulet and the sword and the bow. So basically, what you sorry, I thought someone was outside. Ignore me. So what you basically got are these 3 items now, and one that says, well, now that you have these, there is a certain process that you must undertake to unlock their true power. You've probably stumbled across a few magical items already, and some of them, the power they possess is apparent instantly. But for incredibly powerful items, kind of bonding must take place in order to fully access what they can do. It means that you have a choice to make. It means that you have to choose which of these 3 items you take. One of you can take all 3 if you truly want to put that much faith in one person, or you can share them out amongst yourselves. But once this item has been bonded to someone, it will only work for them. For all intents and purposes, it will not work for anyone else. So you have a difficult decision to make. If you want to take some time to think about it, I can then show you the ritual or the process you must go through to bond them to you.
Was the sword I've got, was it a long sword or was it a great sword?
Longsword.
Long sword, single hand weapon, so I can use that with my shield. And what do we reckon the amulet does?
No clue.
do we ask Wanda?
Well, she's not going to teach us until we've decided who takes what.
Well, who wants to go take the bow? Because I know I'm not proficient in bows.
Nah, no bow here.
I mean, effectively, it should go to Tahr.
Yeah.
So I'll hand it to Tahr.
He is our archer, effectively. He's our, with his flipping shotgun and his everything else. It's got everything, isn't he?
Anything ranged?
I mean, I don't mind taking the bow, but I don't think I'd be proficient in bows.
What's your dexterity modifier? Because
+6.
that use a bow.
So,
You got a +6 for your dexterity. That's
Yeah.
pretty good for a bow.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind.
And it makes up for the loss of your Akawa.
Yeah.
so I'll pass the bow to.
We reckon
Well,
that sounds smart.
I agree. I agree with it.
I mean, I'm easy because, you know, I'm a monk, so.
I think the
Be laid back.
long sword
Mm.
should go to the warrior, which would be Brodie.
I think we'd keep it with you. Well, we'd keep it with yourself because when you hit rage, that's when you get
Yeah, but you'll get two attacks with it. I only get one.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
I believe, yeah, if nobody else is desperate for the bow, I'm happy to take the bow.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
As my dexterity is -1. Yes. I've got no need for it.
I have a suggestion, because it is 11:46. Do you want to break there and then maybe like have the week to decide amongst ourselves who gets what?
Yeah, we'll mull it over.
Can do.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, if we go any further, we'll probably be here till 2 until the next, best place to stop off.
Oh,
right,
shit.
let's carry on. I'm not working hard.
No.
So I think it's probably best to kind of hold off there.
Well, I'm fine with. And now I've been left all on my own, and I'm going to sit here and see how many people watch it all the way to the end. And now, the end has come. Good night, y'all. I need some sleep.